Webs away and welcome to another episode of Off the Rack, everybody. I'm Sal.
And I'm Tiffany.
Normally what we do is we talk about comic books that came out in the past week and we recap them, review them, and tell you what we thought about them. But this week, we're going to talk about Spider-Man Brand New Day. It's all Spider-Man Brand New Day. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you some non-spoiler review thoughts, and then we're going to get into the spoilers. So we are still going to recommend books that are coming out this week at the end of the episode so that you can get caught up on what's coming out in comics. Because this is, at the fore, a comic book show. But, you know, sometimes we got to make way for the big dogs, or spiders as they were.
Okay.
So I'm very excited to talk about this. We caught it on Thursday, and we've just been champing at the bit to talk about it. And I'm very happy that we have a show dedicated to talking about things that are new and coming out on a weekly basis. And so here we are on Off the Rack to talk about it. I am Sal.
Tiffany again.
Did we do that already?
Yeah, I'm still Tiffany.
Great.
I haven't changed.
I won't check in again until for another half hour.
Okay, we'll see how it goes.
So yeah, let's see. Normally the show works as we talk about some news, then reviews, then book of the week, and then super chats, and then recommendations. I should mention that this show is sponsored by viewers like you. If you're watching the show live, you can sponsor today's show by using super chats. You can ask a question or comment throughout the show, and we will read it here on the show.
It's the show.
That's the show.
I'm excited.
I am excited as well. You can tell. But one of the things I should mention, I guess at the top of the hour, is at least in the beginning of the show, try to refrain from sharing spoilers in the chat as it's going live. If you're watching the show after the fact, you probably don't have to worry about it. But if you're watching the show live on Mondays, which is typically around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can be part of the live conversation, the whole immersive experience of what it's like to be a member of Off the Rack. But yeah, try to keep it light on the spoilers. Try not to spoil anything. If you would like to talk spoilers and you have no vessel for it until we get into the spoiler chat, listen, we got links below this video. You can join our Discord, and there's a Spider-Man. Well, there's actually an MCU spoilers chat right now dedicated to that. Right now, I forgot to make a Spider-Man chat, so just go into the MCU spoiler chat and just spoil to your heart's content over there in the MCU spoiler chat, not in the main, general conversation.
Yes.
So yeah, rather than talk about news, I guess, instead, in place of the regular comic book news,
what do you got?
We'll talk about news pertaining to Brand New Day. More importantly, the box office numbers. I will say I was on record over the past year or so, probably not the hottest of takes, but I thought this would be a big opening. I also, after the bombs of both Masters of the Universe and Supergirl, I was like, this might make $2 billion. Okay. That was the one I was the most hot of takes, but I certainly said it was going to be the highest grossing Spider-Man movie of all time.
Yes.
Vindication. It's definitely is. Not only is it the highest grossing Spider-Man movie of all time, it is, I believe, the second highest grossing movie of all time.
Okay.
At least in the opening weekend.
Okay.
It has, I think it's north of $900 million this weekend.
It's a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. It has already outpaced Endgame. Nice to see a few luminaries in the comic book world dropping by to give their hot takes as well. Nice to see you again, man. Thank you very much for your contributions. And folks, be cordial and friendly and respectful in the chat if any special guests decide to drop by.
Yes.
High weekend. This makes me concerned.
Oh, okay.
Naturally, because it's me.
Yes.
I am concerned. Here's why I'm concerned. Okay.
I'm
because
very much looking forward to this.
There were some rumors, and they come out every year or two that Sony's going to sell the Spider-Man license back to Disney because, the people who are in charge at Sony are up in age, and maybe it's cheaper to just take the big check, the lump sum rather than the annuity. And in this case, you could probably get $10 billion out of it. Nice golden parachute, maybe even an executive position at Disney. If you just sold the property, Disney, never going to happen. Not only is that a pipe dream, but it has been reduced to what's smaller than a pipe, a drain dream. It's not going to happen. And the reason is here now in black and white and green. And that reason is Spider-Man is probably going to outperform Doomsday, which I also was on record in saying.
I mean, yeah.
Unless Spider-Man's in Doomsday, which Disney is not announcing or telling anyone about.
Yeah.
But I think that I think Spider-Man's going to outpace Doomsday. B, this will only... Sony tends to learn the wrong lessons from their successes.
Yes.
Infrequent and little though they may be. They just recently, as today, announced Tom Rothman now head of that studio, which apparently only in Hollywood can you fail upwards. But he announced that, like, we're done with those Morbius movies. No more spin-off movies. No more supervillain Spider-Man adjacent
Spider-Man.
movies. It's going to be all Spider-Man. And it's like, we got to make one every 5 years. No problem. Especially not if we make $1 billion every time we do it. It's like, well, you've been doing that for the last 3 Spider-Man movies, but okay. But we're never going to see the end of that. But I fear that it will also put Sony in, and it already has, in a stronger, more adversarial bargaining position with Disney. Like, whereas, we should blur the line between Spider-Man and the Marvel Universe and allow Spider-Man and Spider-Man influences to cross over and all that. Well, now, I mean, Spider-Man is it has been always, but now more than ever, it has proven to be a long-term proven commodity, and more so than the MCU, I think. We'll see at Doomsday. Like, if Doomsday makes as much or does as well as Brand New Day, then I think they're in a better position. But I don't think they will. I think that MCU fatigue is high, and when I say fatigue, I only use it as a buzzword. I don't actually believe that there is an MCU fatigue. I think it's more like a fatigue in general, or like a malaise, a cultural malaise.
Sure. Okay. I do think there's something else additionally at play. We were talking about this a little bit.
Oh, let's hear it.
When you were talking about, like, when you initially told me how much it was making.
Yeah.
Prior to us being live, I was like, obviously this has, as you said, it has to do with Spider-Man.
Yeah.
People love Spider-Man.
Everybody loves Spider-Man.
Everybody loves Spider-Man, which is lovely. I freaking love that.
Yeah.
I do think there is a tiny other little factor, and then it's nowhere near the factor of Spider-Man.
Sure.
Like Spider-Man
like takes up like 89% of the...
Yeah, and then I think there's like this other thing happening right over here, other than it being the summer.
Yes.
Right? Other than that, and Spider-Man being seen as family friendly, there were many children, families came together,
big
right?
and small, old and young.
I think there's some other thing, there's a little commodity here, and that is Tom Holland and Zendaya. And I'm not talking about acting, however you feel about their acting abilities, how they portray their characters, whatever. The two of them are a force.
A power couple.
A power
They're
couple.
the
They I think they're better than that.
Certainly.
I think they're more than
Since
that.
Bennifer couldn't support either Jersey Girl or Gigli.
I'm saying that, they people are fascinated with them. People are talking about them constantly. The two of them being like this
married or not married. Do they have a secret purpose? Yes.
Yeah, right. And like part of their relationship spawned from Spider-Man.
Yes.
And so like this movie was like this is where these two came together. These star-crossed lovers met one another. Will they remember each other in this movie? Will they not? Like, there was a moment in this movie, I won't say what it was nor what happened, where the entire theater collectively gasped.
They did. And it wasn't an action sequence or a big awesome moment for the universe of Marvel. It was just a character moment, but it was between characters that also have a life outside this movie. So you're suggesting that the Hollywood thing
I think
is at play.
I think that people who might have thought I'll catch it later, were just like, I'll go see it. You know what I mean? Like, I know these two. I know Tom Holland. Like, I think Zendaya is,
stunning or something.
Or she's a fashion icon. You know, like, you might be more willing to go like, yeah, okay, I'll go see it.
Yeah, yeah. I think there's another thing as well that factors into that plays to what you're talking about, and it's something that I was talking about with Ethan off mic as well, which was the fact it's why Masters didn't work out, it's why Supergirl didn't work out, it's why most blockbusters, why there are thought pieces and editorials about the death of the summer blockbuster, or the death of the Gen X concept or IP and so forth. Now, the issue is that money is tight and people are going, when it comes to Supergirl, the reviews are in post digital release much higher. A lot of nice word of mouth, but the big one was Masters of the Universe.
Sure.
Where people were like, "Hey, have you seen this movie? this is fun. It looks good. And all that Skeletor stuff is just great. And I'm like, yeah, I knew that when I saw it. I'm like, yeah, well, I waited.
Yeah.
Until it was free to watch.
Yes.
And I think that some people, this is just an Ethan theory, but I think he's got some credence to it, which is that some folk are just like, I don't go to the movie. I go to the movies once a year and I go to see a Spider-Man movie.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Or like I pick the movie.
Yep.
You know, and I think it's smart. What was it? We saw the release for Doomsday is Christmas time.
Yeah.
Summer, winter, boom.
Right. Now, of course, that is opening against Dune 3, which in fact does have Zendaya.
Well, and yes, that's going to be the real. Well, and we don't even know if Zendaya is going to be in Doomsday. We don't even know if Spider-Man or which Spider-Man is going to be in Doomsday. So you know, there's the Z factor to consider.
Sure.
But I mean, there's the other element to it as well, which is the IMAX cushion.
Yes.
You know, the fact that a lot of IMAXs had been gobbled up, especially by Dune. Dune is a IMAX forward movie.
Yes.
And you won't be able to see Doomsday pretty much on IMAX because of Dune's refusal to move. Now, I don't really care one way or another about who moves what date. Oh no, I don't see it this weekend. I'll see it next weekend. Works for me.
Some
whatever.
people don't go to the movies twice.
Well, and that's
they
the thing.
Can't.
Yeah, they can't, and that's another factor. But there is a box office percentage that is built in thanks to the IMAX, which is why you're seeing, I think at the end of the Doomsday trailer, you saw Infinity Vision. See it in Infinity Vision, which is nothing, by the way. It's a made-up thing. And I love how, like, movie theaters, you know...
But before you go in, you have to collect a series of stones.
Oh, yes, of course. Once you get all 6, then you can finally see the true version of the movie, through your Infinity glasses. But no, 3D before it, IMAX, Dolby, multiple ways to see it, multiple ways to gouge prices for a movie that looks relatively the same, regardless of experience. I'm not looking at you 70 millimeter or your true IMAX experience, cinemaphiles. I'm talking about just like you go to your normal ass AMC, you're going to see it pretty much the same way no matter what. Apparently Infinity Vision is just like a more like, I think it's like a Disney certified, like, ooh, this is a nice theater with good crisp sound and quality. Like,
so it would be mixed for that.
Yeah.
Yikes. Uh-oh.
Well, and we can charge more for that.
But we are not here. We're talking about Spider-Man.
We're here to talk about Brand New Day. So initial thoughts, spoiler-free thoughts. I would like to hear your thoughts. What do you think?
Oh, I thought you were going first.
I know. I set you up for that.
Yeah, you really did. This was a really enjoyable, fun movie in which I freaking loved Spider-Man. Yes. I loved the supporting cast. I loved all of it. There were moments in it where it didn't feel like a Spider-Man movie, but that doesn't make it not it felt like the parts that were a Spider-Man movie were a great, fun Spider-Man movie. And the parts that were maybe felt a little less like a Spider-Man movie were still a good movie.
Yes, there was still a real movie in here.
But it was just interesting to me that the whole movie didn't feel like it was a Spider-Man movie.
Right.
Even though Spider-Man throughout from point A to point Z
is in it.
Well, yeah, it was in it and was great.
And was the protagonist.
Yes. Felt very Spider-Man.
Are your thoughts spoilered? Is that the idea? Is you can't get into it too deeply about like why you feel like there was something not Spider-Man about this movie?
Yes.
Okay. Well, put a pin in that.
I'm definitely putting a pin in it. Like, I'm just very careful about what I say because I definitely want to keep it so that like people can hang out with us up until that point where it's just gonna be like, all right, you gotta go.
Yeah.
But I felt like I enjoy Tom Holland in this role. I always have. There's something very charming about him.
Agreed.
Like I think he plays a very like lovable Peter Parker, a very lovable Spider-Man.
Sure.
You know, it's easy to be in his corner.
Yes.
And I felt like this movie, he got it.
Yes.
Like he got there fully.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, he's become fully Peter Parker. He's fully become and understands his like Spider-Man version.
You're right. Exactly.
Like it just felt great. You know, I thought the action sequences were really well done.
Yes.
There was something about them. And I think I need another second viewing to kind of put my finger on what it was.
Yeah.
But like, I just really enjoyed them. Even if they aren't, they felt like there was a lot of actual practical fighting going on.
Definitely.
Which is hard to do when you have like high flying superheroes or superheroes with powers. Like it just felt like they had taken special care that even if it wasn't, they made it feel like it.
I agree. I'd heard that like Jackie Chan's people apparently helped to do choreography for this.
If that's true, I would believe that wholeheartedly, because the choreography, the fighting in this, it felt like a comic book in a way. Like it got me like excited in that way. There were so many moments that I was like, this feels like very Spider-Man comic, very Spider-Man coded.
There was very well. It felt very Spider-Man forward. It felt like the director Daniel Destin Daniel Cretton had something not to prove, but certainly that he wanted to convey. It was this like real like enthusiasm and this real like I don't know desire to put the best foot forward and give us something that we'd kind of never seen before. And I think because we've seen this director before in through Marvel as well, and to see him do this, it's something else. It's another entity entirely, and it's a lot of like what you kind of hoped for from the other projects that he'd worked on. But I agree.
It also didn't have like, and I know it's technically a Sony movie, but even some of the other Spider-Man movies have like this kind of like MCU look to them.
Yes,
and this one didn't.
No,
and it's not like it went like, oh my gosh, we need our own style. It just looked like a movie.
Yes, and that's something that I'd heard a compliment given before. It's just there's shadows in the movie.
Yes,
there's color balance in the movie. Yeah, and that's either John Watts is just a bad director, or Marvel had way too much control.
It could have been
and just was like, no, you got to get a lot of hegemony going on. You got to make it like all one color palette. But yes, there's a washed out look to all of them.
Yeah,
and
this one it was unafraid. It had like like a someone really working lighting, whether in post or in pre, like someone just really was like, it's okay, like it's okay for us to have these shadows and to bring that into the movie itself, and that will actually make it more interesting and like visually exciting. I thought the editing was solid.
It was, there were a couple moments where I was like surprised by actual creative editing.
Yes,
where I was like, wow, I think people like, and it's a shame that we're in this place now, because I think like 15 years ago I would have been like, whoa, that's awesome. But there was like a moment in it where we're conveying chaos and just like a kind of lostness, and I was like, people are gonna think that someone screwed up here. Like they're gonna see this editing and they're gonna think something screwed up. I haven't seen any complaints about it whatsoever, by the way, so I was wrong on that. That was too much cynicism. But
there was, by the way, there were a couple of moments like there was an empty like seat or two next to me, and then next to that were these two little boys. And when I say little boys, I mean like
under like 15.
Yeah, like somewhere between the ages of 9 and 12.
Yeah.
And they were there, and there was some, obviously you're gonna, in a Spider-Man movie, there might be some like relation moments, right? Just some
there's always gonna be some
emotional
love.
Something going on. And I looked over at one point to just kind of get a read on them, because it's like I would totally understand if they're like, okay, whatever, right? Literally hands over their mouth, leaning in, like just like, and I was like, they're committed to, they're not just here to see Spider-Man.
No,
they're interested in Spider-Man, they're interested in Peter Parker, they're interested in the storyline, they're interested in all of it. And I was just like, I want to be like,
maybe they weren't, maybe they were just there to see Spider-Man like throw webs and kick butt, but instead they were they got the whole package.
I guess, I don't know, like I thought, to me that was like I already was enjoying the movie, but I was like, I think people are enjoying this movie when those two little boys were just enthralled.
Yeah, there was nothing else they could think of. They were not like, oh man, I should check my phone. Like, what's going on? And like in the group chat. No, they were locked in.
Yeah.
As they should say.
Nope, they don't.
Yeah, that was actually a really nice moment that I noticed when we first walked in, was like how crowded the theater was, which like. It
was at like 4:00 on a Thursday.
Yeah. So it's like, people would go to this movie. But like the last time we've been to the movie, the last 3 times we've been to the movies, it's been pretty empty. We've had a lot of options, even if we had assigned seating. But this time it was like how it used to be.
Yeah.
Which is not indicative of the climate of movies. It's not a good sign that theaters are back. There's no sensational headline associated with it. It's just everybody wants to go see a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Especially when the trailers look pretty dope.
Someone mentioned something in the chat, and I was like, yes, I had a moment, because I was just like, this movie feels New York, right? And then cut to the credits.
I know.
Glasgow.
Yeah.
Or Glasgow.
Yeah, they didn't shoot it in New York at all.
And I was like,
what was it? Holland mentions that it's a pain in the ass.
Oh,
like,
I'm sure.
You don't get permits, people interrupt shoots. Like there's no boundaries, and it's just almost impossible to get
100%. But I was just like, they made sure that you still felt like it was in New York. Because
Yes.
sometimes people will be like, it's just a city, who cares?
100%.
And if you're from the area, it's like, obviously, I'm sure you could like note here or there, right? Like,
Yep.
But like for the most part, I was like, this feels like Spidey's in New York.
100%. Similarly, they also had a beautiful montage in the end credits of just like shots, landscapes of New York.
Loved that.
That was their way of being like of tethering it to like a real place, because clearly that was actually in New York.
Yes.
Even if the whole movie wasn't filmed there.
Yes.
But yeah, the sets are great. Like the visual identity of like the spirit of New York is built, whether it's on a soundstage or in a closed street set like in London. It worked out, and it really gives it that authenticity. There's something tangible and necessary about filming on location or with props or in a place that film is like reliant on.
Yes.
And while it is cool and fun and sometimes necessary to shoot on like the volume or on a green screen, it'll never replace just like photography, which this movie has in spades. Similarly, Spider-Man's costume, unlike his 3 other iterations, changes or stays in one costume the whole time because they know they've made the best on-screen costume possible. And it's nice to see, for one thing, the hero in the costume. I think that Spider-Man in the costume is probably on screen longer than the combined on-screen Spider-Mans of every Spider-Man movie ever made.
There is a ton of Spider-Man, and I'm very impressed with that.
Even in scenes where Spider-Man isn't Spider-Manning, where he's just having a conversation.
Yes.
Which I think is so important and so great and is so indicative of the character.
I agree. Like, I am shooketh by the director, the writer, and Tom Holland himself's like commitment to making that happen.
To making a Spider-Man movie, to being like, what he looks like, and there's going to be plenty of other Peter Parker stuff. You don't need him to take his mask off. You don't need the villain to like know him personally, although in this movie you do apparently. Like, but we don't need him to take the mask off at the end. And it was really fun to see.
Yes.
Let's see. I will say that I was also satisfied when seeing this film. I loved it.
Yes.
But I can't shake a feeling that I had kind of throughout. And then at the end, which I think is actually just what the movie was trying to make me feel like, which is that something was missing. Like, I felt like I was seeing what could be peak and could be like the best Spider-Man movie committed to film, if not 4.
Okay.
And it's just like, the movie is about being alone and about omission and about isolation, and to the point where I saw a great interview with Michael Giacchino, the Marvel's film composer.
Yes.
And now he was like thinking about writing a new theme for Spider-Man because it's like a new iteration, a new period. And then he ended up like just using the original theme that he wrote, and then removing notes from it.
Oh.
And the like expected next notes that come in the theme that you hear being omitted give you that feeling of longing and like you're missing something, and only after everything takes place does he get the notes back. And I was like, that's really cool. That's a really good smart move. Like the whole there's a real dedication to theming in this movie. And so that was also really felt, was even in my own kind of like maybe even critical eye, where I was like, I'm just not, and it's because it's not quite any of the other versions. It's not a Raimi Spider-Man movie. It's not a Mark Webb Spider-Man movie. It's not the other guy, John Watts. It's its own thing, but also part of the last 3, adventures. But even then, it's like it's a fresh start, and it's its own new identity. And it's seeking to do something else. It's not doing like with Raimi. It's like, I'm introducing Spider-Man to cinema goers, and also unexpectedly, I'm going to be almost slavishly devoted to making something that's pretty like on brand. I'm going to do the best on-screen Jonah. I'm going to show you Aunt May and his relationship. I'm going to give you a broke ass Peter Parker. And then with the Mark Webb duology, you got like a quippy Spider-Man who's like more of a New Yorker and a lot more like of the Spider-Man Peter Parker that you'd expect from the comics, especially if you've been reading a long time. But very little else outside of that besides just like the heart. They got a lot of the heart right, even if a lot of the lore was made up, kind of like, or reinterpreted. This one is Marvel's, the MCU's Spider-Man.
Well, yeah, I mean, but he's also the only Spider-Man who's ever been allowed to play.
Yes,
with other.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Is
so
MCU
like,
Spider-Man means something different from the other guys, and so we're being given a very different story, and that's going to feel different, and it's going to be different, even if we kind of like tackle a couple of similar themes. Like I got a lot of Spider-Man 2 vibes out of here, particularly in the longing.
I didn't. I very much to me felt like it's its own thing.
Oh, it's its own thing. No, but I got a couple of notes.
I didn't even make that connection.
Yeah. Well, we'll get there at the end. Like really, when it comes to the end, I was like, oh, really? That's it? Like we didn't do something else with that? And I think you have theories about why that is, but we'll get into that when we get to spoiler territory. Casting and directing. Again, Destin Daniel Craig, amazing job. I'm sure based on the numbers, they're going to lock this guy down. He's not going anywhere. He's going to direct at least this trilogy. If not, he will leave due to contract negotiation issues.
Sure.
But Chris McKenna, Eric Sommers, and of course, Stan Lee getting some kind of ghost credit. But McKenna and Sommers doing a great job, kind of like giving you a fairly tight script.
Well, that should be correct because McKenna worked on Community.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. A lot of humor probably is from McKenna, but
also just knowing how to tell a tight story.
And and being kind of on task, staying on task, and making sure to deliver something that's like on time and in budget. But could have felt bloated and meandering, but manages to not, while also staying kind of like on task as far as like what the journey is for Peter Parker. Casting's great.
Yeah, the casting is
it's funny.
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, just like any criticisms that might have been lobbed at casting over the years, any complaints that I might have had, they're not in the movie.
No.
Like it's just so funny where, they did some odd choices with all these different characters, particularly when he was in high school. And it was just like, oh, well, we're just not going to see them ever again.
Yeah.
And, okay, so here's these new or these familiar faces, and everybody's just really crushing it.
100%.
Zendaya, I feel like, and I'm happy about this, but she's getting like top billing practically, and she's not really in the movie a lot. If we can say that. But
again, I think
that's great. But that's part of the story.
Yeah.
But what she's given is strong.
Yes.
And what she does with it is also strong.
Yeah. And that's what I think is interesting is that, like, obviously this is the 4th Spider-Man movie in how many years now?
Well, since the, I guess, 2012, I don't remember.
Yeah. So like she's grown a lot as an actress, but I really appreciate that all she has done is matured the character.
Yes.
She hasn't been like, wait, I can do it better now, and then just try to do something else with it.
Right.
She's like, no, this is what the character is.
Yeah.
So now I have to like put that through the lens of what would this character be like grown up.
Yeah, you look at her,
like, and I'm really impressed by that because it's like subtle small changes.
Yep.
But you can see the start from that character in the first movie to hear her now, and it's like it all makes sense.
Absolutely. No, I was impressed by that, and it's just one of those things where when you have a good actor and material that doesn't contradict what comes before, but maybe gives the actor leeway, they come up with something that's like that you can analyze and discuss, that isn't just like mistakes or missteps or just odd decisions. I think I'm thinking of Kirsten Dunst's role and how I loved her as Mary Jane when I first saw the movie, and I really don't have any qualms about the issue about her or about that character. But with Spider-Man 1, she wants to act, she wants to escape, she wants to be someone else. I'm like, oh, yes.
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2, she gets to be an actor on stage. She gets her dream, and we see where that goes.
Yep.
It's a great idea. The place she's in is also like thematically relevant to the story. Brilliant. And then in the third one, it's just like, oh, and now I want to sing. And it comes completely out of nowhere. And it's like, you could imagine like MJ's kind of like development and like but you really have to do some gymnastics with this. It's like, no, you watch MJ in this one or Michelle Jones's development. You're like, yeah, no, awkward high school phase with no friends, like, more confident high school period with friends, and then finding out that you're in love with this person, and then reaching this other place where like I'm getting into the school that I earned and that I got into on my own. It's a really competitive, and this is who I am now. And then 4 or 5 years later, like we get a real big gap between who she was and who she is, and she fills it in just by a few lines and some like very understated performance.
Yeah, it's great.
Holland, I can't overstate enough how great he is. His voice is great. He's really nailing the accent. He's
really gotten it.
It's really pushing the New York thing, which I really, really value in that character and in this.
I've heard, and I'm sure we've all seen the interviews with him, although there's been fewer interviews, I swear.
Yes.
And I've really been avoiding them because you never know with Tom.
Sure.
But hopefully he's matured as well, and they've got someone with like a cattle prod behind him that's like, don't
give that away.
But I've heard him talk about how difficult it is to do a New York accent, and how like as a Brit he wants to immediately do Southern.
Yes.
And so getting to New York is very difficult for him at times, and there's certain things where he's got to get there. And there were some moments in here where I was just like, yes, like you sound like a guy who has like lived in an apartment building with a bunch of like Italian American, like folks forever.
Yes.
Like a couple of lines, and I was like, yeah, he really got it.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I'd like to see it like elsewhere. I'd like to see him try this out. After this movie, I'm feeling the kind of excitement of seeing him interact with the MCU the same way that I did when they were like putting him in Civil War and announcing Homecoming. I was like, oh my God, I can't wait to see the rest of this. And this movie was like, yeah, I know. Here you go. Bam, 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 bam. And it's like, wow.
This
Spoilers,
felt like the movie where hopefully Sony and Marvel have agreed that he is no longer, he's an adult.
Yeah.
Like he's no longer a kid.
Right.
Because like that's what he was playing.
Yeah.
Right. Like he played that against all the other adults.
Right. All the other 50, 60
because that was
people
fun
in the cast.
to do.
Right.
Right. Like that was something when are you going to get that opportunity? If not now, when
True.
can you do like that ultimate Spider-Man version of Spider-Man?
Yeah.
If not right now. And now it's like, they're like, okay,
now they're equals. Now they're on equal footing.
Like let him just be
part of the
where he is
thing. Like
a new age and have grown.
Yeah.
And I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled with that. Like them allowing for that to happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Notes, Marvel.
Yeah. Let's see here. And any other casting is spoilers, so I guess we'll just get into it, shall we?
Yeah, all right. So we're gonna give you a few seconds.
Yeah.
To kind of transition into there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's interesting because like I do feel like this movie is about like redemption, and it's about like it's not just redemption for like the characters, it's redemption for everybody.
Yes.
Like, it's not just like it's more like a reckoning almost, where a lot of these characters who are set pieces or who could have been prop set pieces or just tent poles are instead there for a reason and about the hero's journey within. And also they managed to be kind of a redemption for their own things that have been done wrong by a like corporate machine that is also churning out stories that we were really excited about in the first 2 or 3 phases, but maybe not so much now. And so with that, we'll talk about spoilers. Okay. I think like for the Marvel references in the movie.
Do you want we're just like,
we'll talk
from here on out.
From here on out, it'll be spoiler territory. We're not going to just deliberately try and spoil the movie, but like we'll talk without any safeguards in place.
Yes.
But there's how many Marvel characters? There's damage control is in the movie, which is a big element. There's the other element in the room, which we'll talk about last. But Punisher is in the movie. The Hulk is in the movie.
Yep.
Yelena Belova is in the movie.
Yep.
Like, and this other X Factor in the movie. And but all of them have an opportunity for redemption. Hulk, it has been argued, has been kind of done wrong more often than not in the MCU, despite strong beginnings.
Yeah.
People liked Incredible Hulk. I was one of them reluctantly, but loved him in Ragnarok and loved him in Avengers. And then kind of like been waiting for him to be exciting again outside of those 2 movies. The Punisher, a character who even just culturally has had a hard time, particularly lately, in the last like 5 or so years, being a household name about like Marvel's relationship with Punisher, and then going like, oh, well, here he is, and we're just gonna roll with it.
Right.
And so there's that, and of course, Punisher represents the Netflix portion of the MCU that was like the redheaded stepchild, and like, so there's an opportunity there,
and there was
for redemption.
Fear too that like people,
he'd be washed out,
or that those actors couldn't do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, like
they wouldn't be welcome in it. Obviously, we had Matt Murdock in No Way Home, and we don't get him in this. But
it was just Matt Murdock. It wasn't a hero, like, and it was only there for a second. Like,
I know
the amount that they put Bernthal in just shows
he's
just like they're like, no, it's fine. Like, we can allow the Netflix actors to be in these movies,
right? And they can be like big pieces of it. There is apparently a poster for Wilson Fisk running for mayor on one of the dumpsters. Apparently, the guys from production on Daredevil provided the production team on this with materials.
I missed that.
Yeah, there's a lot of that, which I thought was really cool. It was really nice. And that's the kind of relationship that's what, if I have to have corporate overlords and they have to be a monopoly, at least give me everything. But, you know, then you hear Vincent D'Onofrio talk about how he can't be in them. Whatever, who cares? I'm not here to litigate that point.
No.
But we did have an argument, not an argument, but at the end of the movie, I was like, really? Like, really? You put the hand in here? You can have Daredevil in here? And you had a whole movie with Punisher in it. And I was like, fair enough. I guess I'll stop complaining, because that's really true.
I would. And also, like, you know, regardless of what Sony may or may not do in the future, right? The fact is, like, you do want to make sure that those two aren't maybe tangled up so well.
That's true.
And also, you know, there are a lot of theories about what the next couple of major Marvel movies are going to do to this universe.
That's
so
true.
Maybe they're like, we don't want to start that now.
Yeah.
If we're going to be
and there's spoilers for the second season of brand new of Born Again. Matt might have been busy.
Right.
Like, Matt couldn't be in the movie.
Right.
Without screwing up what they're doing with Born Again, with the next season of
Born Again. Admittedly, you could also just say from a story perspective.
It took place before it. Like,
well, no, I was going to say from a story perspective that Punisher is a better fit for the job here than Matt would be.
Well, Punisher is more of a fit for the theme and the motif of this movie.
That's what I mean.
You're right, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, that's Punisher. Like, that's why we picked Punisher. Yeah. And that's why we picked Hulk.
Right.
Because, of course, there's also the transformation element of the whole thing, which I think was chopped up. I think this movie, you know, I'm giving it more accolades than I might have for this element, which is, I think that the movie had been chopped up. I think there were significant changes that were made around the 2/3 part of this movie, and they're almost imperceptible, and their replacements, whatever they might have been, however nebulous, theoretical though they may be, the replacements are better. Or at the very least, they worked for the whole thing. Like, it didn't feel like a Marvel movie where we'll figure it out on the day, we'll chop it to hell, we'll count out test audiences, and we'll just figure it out. And what we have resembles a movie until you give it any scrutiny, and then it kind of falls apart. But what matters is the opening weekend, so who cares? This was a movie where it's like, you know what? I don't think Act 3 is going to work. Let's throw it out, come up with something else, fix it. And then they did, and it still works for the whole narrative, which again, like, apparently is hard to do. You know, despite a couple of good examples to the contrary, like Iron Man.
Right.
But yeah, I think he, you want to talk about your theory about the end? Because, I mean, like, there's the whole transformation element, right? Pete's going through a thing, and that's what gave me the Spider-Man 2 vibes.
Right.
Where it's like, in Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man starts losing his powers because he's so sad. Because he's in love and he can't tell her, and so he's sad and his powers go away. It's dumb. It's frustrating. It's also a superhero movie trope.
Yeah.
Is like, oh, in the next one, let's take his powers away and see if he's still a hero.
Right.
Fart, that's not a thing. Throw that out. In this one, he's got too much powers. Like, let's go the other direction. But he's still sad, and he's still, and the movie wants you to think that he's transforming because he has been isolated for so long. Like, his body is just reacting to the fact that he's so sad and alone.
Right.
And then he finally sees, like, hey, by the way, you might have been right to be sad and alone because everyone who loved you, they moved on. So that's when his body completely freaks out and he turns into what comic book fans would have called the other. And we're like, oh, okay, that's just Spider-Man 2 again. I don't think that was it. I think that this was more like, I'm Spider-Man, it's going great. It sucks and I'm sad and alone, but like, I'm being Spider-Man and that's the story. and then this thing starts to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing is going to result in a number of transformative elements, including 6 arms, including Man Spider. I heard apparently, and this is just a rumor, but I'd heard that apparently they'd filmed or considered filming a dream sequence where he becomes Man Spider, but not a physical, he transforms into Man Spider, but more like if things keep going in this direction, I could be a monster.
Right.
And apparently it was a scary image. And they were like, children are going to be seeing this movie. Don't make Spider-Man turn into a monster.
Yeah.
Along with the other thing we don't want to do is Spider-Man on screen, even though we did it in a cartoon and people didn't seem to have a problem with it then.
Yeah, because I was convinced. Now, and again, this is why, when I talk about this movie, I'm like, no, this was great, but I do want to see it again because I spent my entire movie going experience for the most of it going okay, and then this is when the other is going to happen. This is when he's going to transform. This is when. And I'm like, okay, just watch the movie.
Stop predicting the movie.
Just watch the movie.
Just enjoy it. Yeah.
But I assume that at the end he was meant to die.
Yes. And I think that he was going to die at the end of this movie up until 3 months ago.
I don't know about that, but I did have a moment of but if that were to happen, how would these families explain that to their children?
I don't know. The same way they explained it to them in the Spider-Verse cartoon they made them go see, or the same movie where Spider-Man died in frickin' Infinity War.
Yeah, but he became dust and a bunch of people did.
But people thought they weren't coming back. People were actually surprised. Remember, there was that whole thing for parents where it's if you want to take your kid to see Infinity War, leave at this point in the movie, and then they won't watch them die.
And I'm not there are people are immediately and Miles, and I'm like, no, I'm not going there.
No,
I'm not going there. Hang on. I'm going where I assumed he was going to die and then be resurrected
as the other.
Right. I was like, you made all the things.
Yeah, you set up all the stuff where it's no, we could have had a almost J.M. Straczynski meets J.M. DeMatteis, the other meets being in the ground from Kraven's Last Hunt kind of sequence where Peter has to wrestle with, do I die? And if I don't die, then I have to become something else. And then the Spider God shows up.
Yes.
And that's who Keith David was going to be. We have our own theories, and it's not one of them that I pitched when I was convinced the order of operations for this movie was Spider-Man for a long time. Spider-Man starts to transform. He gets the 6 arms. They're actually a mutation. They start to become the Man Spider. He turns into Man Spider, and then he dies. And then he goes into a cocoon, and the other comes to visit him or whatever, the Spider God, and it's Keith David. And he's like, "What up, man? This is your option." And then when he comes out, he's going to have organic webbing, and it'll be stronger and faster and stuff like that. But he'll also have more spidery tendencies or something. No, none of those things happen at all in this movie. And I'm not convinced that they necessarily were ever going to happen. But that was my theory. My first theory for Keith David. Second theory for Keith David. I had hoped it would be the Lizard.
Yeah, I had thought it would be Ezekiel
would have been great, especially if it's if you're going to introduce the other, especially if you're going to get rid of his supporting cast.
Yes.
And just have him, hi, you're alone. I have powers just like you. You know why? Because we're magic.
Yes.
That would have been fun.
I also thought it was the Jackal.
And the Jackal.
Miles Warren. And it could still be. He could be narrating.
And that's the thing is there is a authority figure who is narrating a spider biology evolution video that Peter's listening to in the movie. I don't know if he had a credit. We couldn't find it, but Keith David plays I think they just call Spider video narrator or something like that.
Yeah.
You don't cast Keith David for a fake out like that.
Narrator of Spider video.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fart.
Voice.
He's definitely somebody. I think that we're closer for the ESU biology professor than we are for being an ethereal god. I'd be very okay with that if it was he's either Connors or he's Miles Warren. I don't necessarily want clones.
Right.
I also was worried. My concern is that it was some marriage of the two, that Peter would die at the end, but also Miles Warren cloned him.
Yes.
And so we get a resurrection that's actually just a clone.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, thank you, Picard. I'm not interested in any phony copies. I just want you to fight cool bad guys and then survive at the end somehow. But yeah, that was a really weird decision. I can't imagine seeing Keith David in interviews. I can't imagine Keith David ever being like, yeah, that was a really rewarding experience. I'm sure he's just whatever, the check's green. The money's green. I don't care. But who do you think it is? I don't give a flying fuck who it is. Like that's Keith David to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that was weird. Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk might be one of the best on-screen depictions of Bruce Banner I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like it's the best for me on-screen Hulk and Bruce Banner, despite the fact that he doesn't have much to do. But what he does do is he provides a parallel to our hero's journey. The hero is turning into what he perceives as a monster.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Banner has some experience in that in that experience in that regard, and has made similar decisions and conclusions that Peter has.
Uh-huh.
And now we have like a seasoned Hulk who's like, it's funny because, the version that we saw last was the, Professor Hulk, who's like, I figured it out. I made a happy medium between the two of them. And this one's like, he's wearing a friggin' thing. He's like, no. Like that was a stupid thing that didn't work out. And eventually the Hulk took over. And so I have this now, and we're adversaries again. I'm like, I can imagine some people getting frustrated by that status quo of the Hulk because like in every other movie he shows up and he's like another version. That's what it's like reading Hulk comics. Like there's a gray Hulk, there's a green Hulk, there's, those are the two that Banner becomes.
Yeah.
But there's so many different variations thereof in between. There's Savage, there's Doc Green, there's Professor Hulk himself. Like there's the marriage of the Bruce Banner and Hulk identities. There's the Immortal Hulk. Like, there's a lot of Hulks, and there's a lot of status quos that you could draw from. There's Planet Hulk, which is a completely different version. There's a lot of variations. You can have all of them, and it's all satisfying to Hulk fans. So I can't imagine why cinema Hulk fans aren't nearly as delighted by it. Probably because they're not getting full stories about this poor character.
It could be
because Disney's cheap. Like, and that's really what it is. By the way, it's not that Universal owns the rights; they own distribution rights. So when Marvel makes a Hulk movie, Universal gets the right of first refusal to distribute the movie. Disney's like, no, we distribute the movie. That's it. Just pay whatever.
Yeah, who cares?
Just drop the dime.
Just do it.
Because it's over now. I mean, like, realistically, after Secret Wars, you could recast Hulk, and now Hulk's like 20. And we just start all over again.
I mean, I would miss Ruffalo. He does a great job.
Me too. You know who else missed him? The entire press tour.
Oh, he wasn't there?
Nope.
Ooh, okay.
Was not included. He had some, he has opinions politically that don't align with, like, with his corporate overlords, and so I think he was just.
I see.
He was just asked. He's like, "Oh, you're not even really into the movie. You're fine."
So you could also say about, because you brought up the fact that the Hulk is meant to be there as like a
foil or a mirror for Peter.
But like he's got it on both sides. Like
Right.
he has these two authority figures who, even though we were treating him like an adult, like one of them was part of the literal Avengers.
Yes.
And the other one is just like some New Yorker, just like he is.
Yes, who's just trying to do what he thinks is right, even if he's completely wrong, by the way.
Right, but like they're both parallels for where he is right now. Like,
yeah, because also, you go to Punisher's lair, he's alone, and
he keeps everybody away, and like that is like, it is a like mirror for Spider-Man, but it's really a mirror for Peter Parker.
Yes.
Right, where he's looking at that and he's just like, yeah, that's what I'm doing, the same thing.
Right.
Like I'm doing what you're doing.
Which is why
and
you
like,
have a great moment with Frank where he's just like, this is not ideal.
Yeah,
I would not be doing this if I didn't feel like I had to. This is a prison sentence for me.
Yeah.
It's a really good line. It's a really good thing. I will address the elephant in the room. In
that
comics,
he lives on a boat?
That he lives on a boat. It's awesome. Spider-Man finds Frank Castle the Punisher morally repugnant. They would not be friends. They would never be partners. And every time they do, it makes a part of me die.
Right.
This is not that.
Because it's a different
everything.
It's a different everything. And this is like this is a Punisher at a different point in his life. He's still done things, and we get that that moment here. But also, this is a Peter Parker who, with the elephant in the room of not having a Ben Parker in his life, like, his authority figures, his father figures were
like Avengers,
were
weapons dealers.
It was Tony Stark, right?
Yeah.
Like it was really Tony, but it was all of the Avengers, right? And in an absence of those, like those are the friends he seeks to make out, and he's just like, well, they're all pretty good, even if they've
done some bad things,
right? And he's like, I can help this person.
That's the other thing, is that I will always accept Peter, maybe not necessarily sacrificing his morality, but rather him bending his own rules if it means I can save someone.
Yes.
And when it comes to Frank, that's what we're doing in this.
Yeah.
I also I'm a sucker for when a movie is made well and has chemistry between actors. And so I'm like, well, I agree that like I would rather see a Spider-Man movie where it's he and Matt tracking down and stopping the Punisher.
Sure.
That would be more character satisfying for me. they're never going to do that.
Yeah.
And the movie they did do is this, where Spider-Man and Punisher fight the Hulk. And that's pretty ripping too.
Right.
But like I'll take that.
But I think Peter is like right now in his life, like, he's also like
lost.
He's lost, but he's also desperate for that camaraderie, and like he doesn't recognize that. And so he's just like, no, like I have to watch. I got to be around him because I got to make sure he doesn't hurt anybody.
Exactly.
And not because I'm
just desperate for
lonely.
Connection. Yeah. And it's also the kind of relationship that I'll permit in my life, where it's all professional and there is no like genuine connection, or it's all superficial.
Like, think about this guy. He went from being part of the Avengers, to losing his father figure, to then finding and like, hanging out with Doctor Strange, to professing like, his, well, he didn't profess his love yet for MJ, but like, he's got his friends, they got their future, they're all going to the same college, that's awesome, to meeting 2 literal other Spider-Men where they can all like connect with one another, to losing his aunt, to losing those 2 Spider-Men, to losing his friends, to losing everything. Like, he's lost it all. No one remembers who he is.
He can't even like hang out with the Avengers because like
he can't hang out with the Hulk. But like, he didn't know the Punisher. So this relationship
it's the first new one I've made.
And it is organically new. Like, he's just like, well, I don't know you. He's like, so I'm very attached to you because like this is the most organic new friendship I've made, and it's with a murderer.
So that's also a good indication that Peter's in an unhealthy place.
But he's like, but much like May is like, people can be better. And like, like we're starting to see that like influence on him, where he's just like, no, but I can help him too. And maybe by helping him, I can make myself feel better.
Exactly. May's gravestone, epitaph is, if you save one person, you save everyone. It's like, that's fine. He's great. Bernthal's my favorite on-screen Punisher. I love seeing him in this. Their relationship is fantastic. I know it carries over from other movies and it's really fun to see, but seeing Punisher like actually set against that universe is really cool, and seeing him fight the Hulk is really awesome, and like them teaming up is really cool. Yelena and Peter's scene is also fantastic. I also felt like that was the most tacked on. Like, Peter gets information from Yelena. It's also just it would have happened in a comic book. Like,
1,000%.
And it's so like that's great. And so but I'm saying it's tacked on as much as they go. So then Peter Googles the information he needs and he goes to the thing. I'm like, we could just ask Florence Pugh if he wants to be in the Spider-Man movie.
I think that they had. I could imagine instead in the script it says he talks with one of
the
new Avengers.
Yes,
and we'll figure it out.
We'll see who's available.
Right, because I think they want to create that connection in case.
Yes.
For down the road.
Right, exactly.
Like that he has that connection. Again, also, it felt the most Spider-Man. He goes everywhere.
I know.
Like, he talks to a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's inside wearing the spider suit. Like, that was such a big deal to me. I don't know why.
That was huge.
Like, him going into offices, him having meetings.
There's only one note I have for that, because I love Spider-Man in a Spider-Man costume that's actually like filmed on the day, going into like damage control and having meetings with like the head of the security and whatnot. These are all great. That's all what I want. One note. He should go through the window. Like, he should never go through the front door. Like, because he needs.
I think he's going to learn that.
I know, but I like him. I like him unnerving people like that. Like, it's a delight every time. When like someone he needs information from that he needs to be friendly with is surprised by him coming through the window and then being like, "Sorry, this is what I do." And the other thing is, I need him to sit like Spider-Man. And it's like, again, these are very nitpicky. It's more just like, this is what, like, look, DC's got Tom King. I'm available if you need me on set to be like, oh, by the way, I just need you to sit.
We get some of those moments, but it's more like when he's on a building.
Yeah, exactly. On a building and all, and in fight scenes, it's all fantastic. Even Tobey Maguire does it in one of the like most. Even Tobey Maguire does it when he's Peter Parker. There's a sequence where he's talking to Harry, where Harry like is like, "Yeah, I cucked you. Sorry," but Pete isn't, and Pete's in a chair, but he's not sitting in the chair. He's like, his feet are on the chair, and he's like just sitting in the chair. Like, you wouldn't notice it to see it, but when you know who that is, you're like, look at him, perching. Like, he can't help himself. Like, that's Pete. Like that, or him having a conversation with somebody and he's like standing on the wall, like just naturally using the powers the way that any other person would just like not, like I would have been more, it would have been a really nice icing on the cake. It's a delicious cake and I'm very happy I got it. I'm just saying, like, just, these are the things that I'm like, oh, you could have just like, because right now you're shooting a great scene and but you want to do it. You want to give it a little extra. You do this. just a little extra, like
Okay.
just to show that you really know what's going on here. There's a great montage of, like, more than recreating famous covers. Like, I thought the montage is great and fun.
Yeah.
But I'm like, more than that, just authentically portray what's happening between the covers, and you will satisfy me harder than that.
Totally fair. I did appreciate, though, because again, this movie felt more like
a
reset?
comic book. Oh yes, like a comic book.
Like, it felt...
That's the thing, right? Like, you pick up any Spider-Man comic, Hulk might show up. He might talk to like a Black Widow.
Yep.
Like he might team up with Punisher the whole damn arc.
Can we just really quickly, Yelena?
Oh, she's great. Oh yeah, that's right. She's wonderful.
Phenomenal.
She's enchanting. I love her and everything. Ever since she first showed up, I was like, man, replacing Black Widow. She was amazing in Black Widow, a movie that is objectively not amazing, and only gets better. Like, she really was given an opportunity in Hawkeye to like just charm everyone.
100%. But
every new idea, especially to the point where they were like, oh, Thunderbolts is about her.
Oh yeah,
I'm like, that's the right impulse. Is the Oscar, I think, either nominated, if not winning, actress, letting her be the lead.
But like, she's charming. She fits perfectly into this world. Like, she is so dangerous, and Peter's just like,
and I'm oblivious,
and I don't really know.
Right? Yeah. Like, I love that she, like, the way that they blocked the scene where she's like, yeah, I disarm you. Like, in any other hands, it could be seen as exploitative. I mean, obviously, you're just like, oh, let's get Florence Pugh naked and put her in a pool and make Spider-Man get in with her. That satisfies my fetish. But like, for who she is and what she does, like, and this could be justification or whatever. But I didn't get any sexual vibes from that scene.
There's no way you could, especially when
his like feet get up,
Peter, and she's like,
"What are you doing?" He's like, well, I am in a pool.
Yeah, like literally, he's like, I can't help it.
Well, and also, like, when was the last time Peter probably went swimming?
Right.
Not that he was swimming, but still, that is also a hugely authentic thing. By that point in the movie, I knew that when he came out, he would be wearing nothing but the mask.
Yes.
And when he did, I was like, you got it.
Yeah. He's wearing the mask and
like some trunks,
but he still was like covering.
Yeah, he's still covering it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, like that's...
they also were like, Tom Holland works out in all these movies. We should really show it off this time. Like, any opportunity we can to like just get that shirt off, we should. Like, in the cocoon scene and this scene, like he's naked, like,
and everyone appreciates
and
it.
No one's gonna argue with it. I'm not gonna,
Yeah, but like him doing that, like him popping his feet up, I was like, you could literally see a Marco Cicchetto drawn panel of that happening.
Yes, 100%. Like, it's a comic book moment.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I loved it.
I don't know.
I would have all, but it's funny. If it was like a new Avenger talks to him, I would have also accepted Red Guardian.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? That would have been
same scene. Like, they're both naked in the
yes, yes, and then Yelena like calls him. Like,
I need you to get out of here, Dad.
Get out of my office.
Get out of my office. Exactly. Yeah. The damage control subplot, I thought we were going to go farther with it in terms of, I thought it was going to be like Captain America Winter Soldier, where it's like, we have to take down damage control. We got to like undo it all, because like Peter's inhibitor chip, which I was like, oh, Spider-Man 2. Like, I built one of these already.
Mm-hmm.
It usually tells AI arms to not like take over your brain, but I guess it also tell your hormones to like calm down or whatever.
Yeah.
But he invented mutant registration collars.
I know. Which is what, like, I was like,
and they're gonna use them. Like, that's it. Like, Spider-Man, like, Professor X is gonna be like, we never work with that guy again. That guy effed us big time. But yeah, I thought we were gonna be like,
Professor X should be like, we can't blame him.
But Wolverine will definitely want to stab him.
Maybe.
I just like, I thought we were gonna go where it's like, they're gonna use it on everybody. Like, I gotta like break into damage control system and like delete everything. Like, I gotta take down the whole.
Well, maybe that'll be a fallout.
Yeah, I hope so. We'll see. But it's just rough. But good. It's like, he's wrong and he makes up for it. That's a Spider-Man thing.
Yeah,
it's
immediately he's like, oh no,
I screwed up. Also, it's like in a well weaved, no pun intended, plot moment. Like, Peter kisses MJ, who was being mentally controlled by Jean Grey.
Mm-hmm.
Then later on, when he's with the not mind controlled MJ, admits to her that took place.
Yeah.
As a character moment, just like, this is what I do, this is who I am. I'm just a naturally good person. but he's rewarded for being a good person by getting new information that also betrays, I know you also did the other thing with good intentions and you were wrong there too, and you messed up and you got to go fix this. Like that gives him a clue that leads into the next thing. I'm like, that's really just smart storytelling, if not
It
filmmaking.
is.
What'd you think of Sadie Sink's Jean Grey?
There's not a lot to think about it because we're seeing her at such a young age.
Yeah, but it's like she's going through a lot. Like her sister Sarah, who is real and is dead, and or maybe not. I don't remember.
No, I don't think there's enough there to judge the future of that character. I do like Sadie Sink. I think she's a great actress, and I do think she brought a lot to it.
Same.
This is the part of the movie though where I was just like, okay, now we're in a different movie.
Yeah, now we're doing something else.
Which is still a good movie.
Yes.
And Spider-Man is still great in it.
Yes.
But it's not really a Spider-Man movie.
No.
And that's fine.
Like if you had done an X-Men movie where Spider-Man is Spider-Man has the same role as like the Punisher in terms of size and scope, you get the Aunt May sequence anyway. Like if it was a movie about Jean Grey and she meets Spider-Man and Aunt May teaches her about power and responsibility, that's great. And that works in an X-Men movie. It works in this movie too, because it's also redemption. Again, redemption. It's redemption and more for Marissa Tomei, who really wanted that conversation scene, and they just didn't film in Homecoming. And they were like, well, your character's dead and can never have that conversation, but you can in a memory.
In a memory, get that memory.
And that memory will work for not only helping Peter, because like obviously there's that whole moment where like, Jean's trying to get into his mind, she can't, and the first time she tries to access it, it's that scene. Peter's is repressing that as well. Like he's keeping Aunt May down. He's replacing the lessons she taught him with ritual, where it's like, no, I'm honoring and remembering May. I get her flowers every season and I bring them to her grave and I go and I talk to her. It's like, yeah, but you're not living it. No. And that's really cool because that's like a nice thing.
You're not honoring her life. You're talking to her ghost.
Yes. And so then when he finally embraces it and shares it, again, connection and letting people in, he lets in the villain of the movie, and it changes her and softens him as well. And it's like, that's really cool. Like that's really tight. She also murders a couple people, which I'm like, don't love it, but
and it's funny because we were watching this and I couldn't help but think of the inspiration they may have taken from Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because of how Kitty Pryde ends up living in
Aunt May's house
for a while, and not that that's happening at all, but just the.
I also thought that Jean was going to live with them.
I didn't think that, but I just mean the influence that Aunt May can have on
other powered characters.
Yes. Even because I thought there was a moment in Ultimate Spider-Man where Kitty roams around when she leaves with a hood on, stuff like that.
It is
and,
that.
Sadie has the hood and stuff like
shroud,
that.
Yeah.
So definitely had it gave me those thoughts. But in terms of Jean, if it was the most obvious, right? And therefore, I was like, well, that's not what's going to happen, because why?
Right.
In the Sony
movie
Spider-Man,
why would you set up the X-Men?
So I was like, oh, okay,
right,
sure. It literally could have been anyone else, and it would have made more sense.
Yes,
even though this was the most obvious,
right?
Because Sadie Sink
looks
red
like
hair.
Mary Jane. Yeah, because Sadie has red hair, and that's the end of it. It's like she also could have been Mary Jane Watson, and it would have been like, wow, really? Just because she has red hair, whatever. But I think it was, I could imagine them coming up with a story where they're like, it's about isolation, and it's about redemption and figuring out who you are and finding your place. And also we want to set up the X-Men and stuff, and they're all about isolation. And that's the other thing, is that her inclusion in this movie feels like a tonal shift for the MCU, and a way in which they can, even though all you have to do is put in an X-Men movie and everyone will go see it, but maybe they're afraid of it. Maybe they're not sure because I don't know, they couldn't make a Blade movie. But in this case, they're like, the X-Men movies are going to be about stuff, and the stuff that it's about are going to be hard truths and realities and conversations, and the engine that exists, the invisible engine of the internet is going to be arguing against it at every turn. And so let's put it in a movie they're going to have to watch, like Spider-Man, and kind of set up that the tone and the tonal shift of going X-Men forward with the MCU is also going to be felt. Like, it's not just going to be like, oh, it's like the MCU, but with, like, Cyclops. Like, no, it's not the same.
Right.
And it's not going to be, and it's not going to feel the same. And Spider-Man is like going to be there to be like, it's going to be hard, but like, look, I went through some changes too. And you still all went to go see it. And we still had a good time at the end of it. And like, sometimes there'll be some cameos. But it will not be what it was.
I really do think that they are, like, the reason it is her is because of the Ultimate Universe effect. They're like, well, at one point they introduced mutants, so like we can do that too. There we go.
Yeah.
I also felt like her character was there and her reasoning.
Yes.
Because like it's a very angry Jean. It's a different take on her. And I remember Kitty being very angry as well.
Yes.
But like she's in a situation where she would do anything to see the person that is her family and her whole world again. And Peter is like, I can see these people and I could easily just reintroduce myself and try to start over, but I won't. And so like they're two opposite ends of the spectrum.
That's true.
Where it's like she could never understand where he is, and like he struggles with feeling that way, where he's just like, yeah, but like that's going to put people in harm, and like, right, you know what I mean? Like a lot of the characters that seem to be in this story are really, even though like I said, it really doesn't necessarily feel like it's Spider-Man's story at the back end of this so much, or a Spider-Man. It is Spider-Man's story,
a movie,
but it doesn't feel like it is a typical like Spider-Man dilemma in a movie.
No.
Everything does seem to be trying to point an arrow and inform who Peter and Spider-Man will become.
Yeah, every character in this movie that is added, every Marvel character that they use, except for Yelena, is another brick in the road for Peter's journey in this movie.
Yeah. I mean, and you could even like take it a step back and look at like, Peter, kind of messes up, and then because of that he is forced to sever his relationship with everyone to save the world. Right. And Jean is like, I will tear the world down because the world is actually full of monsters, and why would you ever want to save them? Like these people are evil and they're bad and they think people like us suck. And you would want to say, like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, I don't know, maybe it's an indicator because like everyone around him except for Hulk, but these two other major forces, like, with Frank and Jean, are both in this position of like the world is crazy and like things need to be done permanently for there to be like change. And Peter's like, but I don't agree with that.
Well, but also like, who made you the moral authority to decide that?
Right.
Like your loss does not justify your actions.
Right.
And I think that's also like a very Peter thing. But yeah, I thought she did a great job.
Yeah.
It was, again, like that was one of those things where I'm like, so no Jonah, but the X-Men.
Yes.
And I'm like, look, I've seen many justifications on social media where they're like, it was an outdated concept of him taking pictures of himself and selling this to the newspaper in 2002. So it would be outrageous to imagine that's a thing today. And I'm like, are you crazy? But the absence of a supporting cast in this movie is deliberate. Despite my frustrations, because I know
Peter's
supporting cast,
yes.
The absence of Robbie and Betty and everyone.
You're never going to see those characters.
I'm never going to see those characters in this universe.
That's over.
That. No, I mean, I think we can, but we could. Robbie's in the Spider Noir show, and he's incredible.
No, Robbie. I mean, I could definitely see that, but like,
and we have Jonah, but he's just like and Jonah could have gone on an interesting journey, which I think I pitched in our No Way Home conversation. But like, like you can watch in No Way Home, he had a YouTube channel, and as he gets more viewers, he gets a studio, and then he becomes like a television guy. Like we watch as he directly profits from Spider-Man bashing, the same way that like some other grifters do and have. Though Jonah is an older guy, so he's like, well, but the brass ring is television, so it's like he's going in like an old school direction using new media methods. It's very Jonah, even if, but I love it if Jonah learns a lesson of power and responsibility, where when he finally gets to be like on the Jumbotron in Times Square, like his actions resulted in the death of Aunt May.
Right.
And so he's like, oh my God, like that Aunt May could have been his Uncle Ben too.
Right.
Where he's
right,
like,
right.
now that I am in this position of power, I have to use it responsibly. And he learns to become a newsman as a result.
Right.
And that actually puts him
and then his son goes to the moon.
And he gets a gem and he becomes a man wolf. I mean, like, what's wrong with that though? Even if he doesn't become man wolf, you could at least steal from the cartoon and make him have brought a moon
Make him
rock.
man wolf. Make this happen.
I mean, like, look,
Give me an
if Spider-Man
man
5 had man wolf in it, I'd be like, I mean, they're probably gonna do it right. I don't know what the theme is there.
I'd clap my hands.
Yes, you would. Man wolf sucks, and his outfit looks ridiculous.
I'm not saying he does. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but if he became Star Wolf, that'd be one thing.
Can we talk really quickly? We kind of glossed over the montage at the start. How did you feel? I loved it.
I loved it. Yeah,
it was so much fun.
It was great. Yeah.
Like that's how you want it. You always want like look at all
yes,
this stuff.
do that. Yeah,
it's been years. Like look at all these things. Was Tarantula in there? Did we see Tarantula's big pointy shoes?
Yeah, we did. He looks. The funny thing is, if it's just going to be an image that's like kind of like set to motion, make him wear a tarantula costume. Don't give him like a tactical Batroc from Winter Soldier.
That
outfit.
was where I was like, is it Batroc? I'm like, no, those are pointy.
No,
those are pointy shoes.
It's a cover from Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Man. I think it's.
I thought it was.
Yeah, no, it's the moment from that moment.
Yes,
but like, yeah, just put him in the friggin' tarantula costume. Also, my only complaint in that is, well, I'd like to see that though. Like this movie has Scorpion in it, which again, redemption. Like Matt Gargan was in the first one. He gets his butt kicked. He doesn't become Scorpion. He threatens to be Scorpion. He's never Scorpion. 3 movies later, he's Scorpion now, finally. And he gets to use like a cool tail, and it's awesome. And he's just kind of in there. But he gets to be Scorpion.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's cool.
Yep.
You know what? And I think they used him well because I don't want to watch a whole movie with Scorpion. Because that's a waste of a movie.
That's fair.
That's like making a whole movie about Vulture.
Yeah. I will say, I think what this movie definitely had going for it was, although, yes, I know you wanted to see a few more of these stories, and maybe we wanted to see a more Spider-Man-centric villain.
Yes.
I think that the way in which they handled the antagonist or whatever a counterforce there was for Peter.
Yeah, I'd say antagonist. It's not the villain.
Right. Was very mature.
Yes, I think so too.
Right. Like it wasn't like, oh, and then we got a team. There was no team up.
No.
It was like Scorpion's a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And I got to deal with Scorpion, but actually there's something else going on there.
Yep, exactly.
And we got to deal with that something else. And I meet the thing that will end up becoming the villain or the actual villain.
Yeah.
And that's going to lead me to this antagonist who is actually not a villain, but just someone who needs some help.
Yes.
Right. And I was like, this is.
Yeah, that's really smart. Like it was like, wow, why? I can see why you were like excited about making this movie because like it's about something and it's like complicated, but it's not like obtuse or difficult to understand or just complicated for the sake of being complicated. Yeah,
Are you? I mean, we just did like a Goblin, but are you not impressed? I'm impressed by their restraint from being like, why don't we make our own Goblin?
Well, because a Goblin killed Aunt May and he's from another effing universe.
I know.
It's like it's gonna feel cheap no matter what.
But couldn't you imagine someone not on the maybe creative side, but on the production side or producing side?
I want to see a Goblin. I want a Goblin. Like I want Spider-Man to fight someone. Like Spider-Man's greatest enemy so far has been Mysterio. Like the greatest
Vulture.
The Vulture felt bad for him the whole movie. Like the Vulture was like, "Hey Pete, I'm sorry, hey Pedro, I'm gonna help you out. Like, you know, I did try to crush you, but like, you know, you didn't kill me, so I'm gonna keep your secret until I go to the Morbius universe." But like, no, Mysterio's his greatest villain so far.
Yeah.
Also, he didn't die. Come on. Like, put them all in there.
I know.
You know, I'm not asking for a Sinister Six movie the way that Sony wants to give me a Sinister Six movie, which is Morbius and Vulture and Venom and
we could have Vulture
Kraven.
and Mysterio and
Scorpion. Vulture went to the Venomverse, so like, but they can just say that didn't happen because they also said that the post-credit scene where Venom goes to the MCU didn't actually happen either. So, yeah, they said the whole thing was because you didn't see Venom 3 because I had to watch it for something. But you know, the post-credit scene in one of the Spider-Man movies, Eddie gets transported to the MCU and he gets a whole conversation. And then he gets transported back to the Venomverse. Yeah, they're like, no, that never happened.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't leave us, and he didn't leave a Venom symbiote there either. It's really dumb, but it's all over anyway. And now they're going to make a Venom cartoon or something. But the other thing that was fun was like, you know, the Hand is in all the marketing for this movie.
Yes,
and because they're like, well, what does the villain look like?
Right.
We can't show you anything. They're awesome. They look great. I love the fight sequences. And also it was a little disappointing, but also it's a fun use of them because it was like, well, he's using the hand. They're obviously the bad guy.
Right.
Like they didn't reform the hand. They just
Well,
controlled them.
And I thought that was smart, though, because it's like what the damage control guy says to Peter is what Peter thinks he's doing for people like Frank. And so he's like, yeah, no. See,
yeah, you're reforming people.
I'm totally on the right page here. I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
And this guy agreed. Yes. I'm going to trust this guy. We're on the same page.
Absolutely.
And that guy's like, sure.
Yeah, and you're an idiot. Thank you.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then there's the ending, which is just straight out of the comics.
Yes.
It's actually straight out of Ultimate Spider-Man's death. But Frank takes it upon himself to try and shoot the person who he thinks needs to be shot.
Yes.
Spider-Man puts himself in the way.
The way that they filmed that, or the way that they put that effect together,
yeah, great,
so good,
incredible. Yeah, I loved it. I love that moment. I like the moment you can see on like Bernthal's face, like he's just like what he's done.
Yep.
And I liked the use of Sadie Sink, where they're like, because I think, and again, it's conjecture, but I think it's all a reshoot. So like the idea of going like, oh, so she learned the lesson, so she's going to use her powers to like keep him breathing the entire time until his body stitches up.
She's going to do whatever. Keep him keep the bullet from moving any further. Keep
whatever
from flowing into other things. I don't know. Yeah. Whatever she's doing.
Whatever she does, she makes him not die. And then Punisher's just like, and I've been here the entire time.
Yeah. Well, I love the fact that he's the one that carries him.
Yeah.
He gets the mask because the mask was left in with the hand where they were fighting.
Yes.
Gets the mask, puts it back on him.
Yeah. It's also a panel recreation, and it's awesome. It's from Civil War when Spider-Man gets beaten up by like every villain in Thunderbolts, the first Iron Man version of the Thunderbolts, not the first version, but the Iron Man version. But he gets his ass kicked, and then Punisher enters the Civil War by being like, we gotta save him. And it's just I'm like, you just did the panel.
Yeah.
But it also looks like it was added. Like he's not in a hospital.
Yeah.
He's against a green screen. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know what? But like, again, like, oh man, that looks like an inserted thing from the, like, that looks like that shot looks like a Marvel movie.
Right.
But emotionally, thematically resonant and relevant to what I'm watching. Doesn't feel like it's just like, oh, and then what? Like famously or infamously in Infinity War, Spider-Man has the most Spider-Man line in the movie where he's talking to Stark on the ship, and Stark's like, you made a mistake coming here. And he says, you can't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man if there's no neighborhood. Apparently test audiences didn't understand what that meant. So they shot an extra scene where he says, that didn't make any sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. Which is why his haircut is completely different in those two shots. So like that is an example of like Marvel being bad and stupid.
Oh my God.
But this is an example of Marvel or Sony or whatever being like, well, we got to change the ending. So
I mean, we don't know that for sure.
And I don't know that, but I'm just like, we got to use green screen for this. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, it's just we had to use green screen for this for some reason. But it's in a scene that makes the movie stronger.
It does.
I am sick of seeing crowds of people celebrating Spider-Man, but this was nice.
This was really nice. No. It was really,
you know what I mean? Nice. Like that was really nice.
Well, because like remember we last left him, like no one was a fan, and then everyone's memory's gone. So it's like
yeah. But it was cool. It really worked.
It was cool. I love the room, like with all the stuff in it, and I'm trying to figure out like, all right, how does this work? Did the surgical team see who he was?
Well, even if they did, they don't know who he.
Oh no, I'm just saying. I'm just wondering. I'm like, did they do that, or did Frank make them keep the mask on to a point?
No.
Is Frank in there? Then every time they have to come in, he puts the mask back on him.
I think,
or over a part.
Yeah,
of it.
I think that Frank just makes sure that like only the smallest amount of people see him without his mask, and it's only to intubate him and stuff.
Right, and I do love the fact that clearly she, like Zendaya or MJ, came.
Yeah,
and like
left the picture she drew. That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I like that a lot. This is...
Or Frank went and got it, which... No, he wouldn't have left. He was just there.
He had to stay there to take care of her.
No, very sweet. Like,
Yeah.
I had an idea of how they were going to get him out of there.
Yeah.
But I
liked that a lot.
I mean, I thought it was going to be something very similar. But the way in which they handled it was perfection.
Yeah.
I was like, you could feel it coming. I was just like, where he's going to put something on or whatever. But him just being able to walk out.
Yes.
Because he's just like.
Because he's anonymous. Nobody knows him. Yeah. He just walks right out of there and gets to be in the crowd and like
and
just enjoy
and
it.
Frank gets to
be a dad.
I was gonna say I think see him more as a big brother,
Mm-hmm.
but like he gets to be a hero.
Yeah,
and like people are excited to see him.
that's true.
Like he puts that mask on, and like yes, he knows it's not who he is, but like they're cheering for Spider-Man and for him.
Yeah,
so it's like that must be a strange experience for Frank Castle.
100%. Yeah, for that. Yeah, I that's why I'm saying, like, even if I think I'd like this ending better than like a freaking hairy spider arm blasting out of a gravestone. But this is, beautiful. Like that was a really nice sequence, and it works thematically for everything. And I'm like, oh man, I hope we don't just lose that forever. Like, but in the next one, let's get some Daredevil going. I wonder if there's anything else that we're missing. Are there any other like key elements to this movie that we're missing?
I mean,
the post-credit scene.
Oh, sure.
I can't believe that there isn't one, basically. But also I can, based on like all of the lead up to this movie.
Yeah.
Like the fact that the fact that apparently what the original movie was going to be was Morbius and Kraven and everybody team up and they come to the MCU and they fight Spider-Man. Which like, but he has help. Their names are Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
Sure.
Like,
just wash and repeat. Got
you
it.
kidding me?
Yeah, no.
And that would have probably done really well.
Sure.
But thank God they didn't do that. But like, Tom Holland's like, I was in a Chris Nolan movie. And you know what? I am a movie star. So like, we're going to do something real here. And like, we're not going to do this crap.
Yeah.
And you need me more than I need you. And I'm glad he did that.
Me too.
But I think that the fact that like everyone involved in this movie is like, you could tell it was like a fight, like if not like, a literal one where it's like constant shouting matches with Rothman and Pascal, but more just like a fight to be like, no, this movie needs to look like it's filmed on location. Like this movie needs to have lighting. This movie needs to have good like color balance. This movie needs to have a score that matters. And we're not just going to pick any character. Let's put this character in here for this reason. And like, there won't be a triumphant kiss at the end. It'll be a triumphant handshake. But I think that goes towards the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, it's a movie.
Yeah, I made the argument with you that I think that Marvel just realized that their previous post-credit scenes being so like, we're going to introduce this character. Look at all these things. They're like, we can't do all of these things. We have to stop doing these sequences. Like, make it more
right.
Something we could blur, like something more like, yeah,
right, yeah. Or
what could this be?
Yeah. Like just as a quick little rundown. By the way, at the end of Eternals, Black Knight gets the ebony blade, and Blade himself says something behind him. At the end of Eternals, all the Eternals go into space, and we meet Star Fox and Pip the Troll.
Yeah.
Doctor Strange meets Clea, and the two of them go into the Dark Dimension to fight incursions.
Right.
Hercules gets sent by Zeus to fight Thor.
Yes.
Roy Kent plays Hercules. Let's see. And at all. So I feel like this one was meant to be just like, how about we all just take a victory lap from our awesome movie?
Yeah.
Like, we don't need. I would have also accepted like a cute scene, like the way that one of the Ant-Man movies, I think is 2, where like we just show the ant playing the drums.
Sure.
Like I would have taken something cute.
Yeah, but like I know we're so used to post-credit scenes giving us the next crumb.
Right, but
I actually really appreciated this. Where I was just like, wow, look at you saying, I'm not committing to something. I'm not gonna make something that like I'm gonna have to tell you we're not doing anymore. Like just whatever, it's fine.
Right.
Here it is. There's a couple other things we definitely didn't talk about.
Let's do it.
Because there was a character in this movie, and when they were name dropped, you were like, and it was DeWolf.
Yes.
Friggin',
I'm like, watch out. Wear that vest everywhere you go.
Yeah, Jean DeWolf
shows up, and she's just Yuri from the video game. But all right, whatever.
There was a lot of video game stuff in this.
Every action sequence, every time Spider-Man jumps off the building.
I feel like it was right in the opening. Like they were like getting you.
Yeah, they're like, Insomniac, you've been here, you've done this.
You know what this is. Come on.
The fight where he fights the guys out front of Damage Control. Like,
yes. Yep.
It did make me want to play the game again. So
sure.
But fight sequences are great. DeWolf's in the movie. it's a different version, completely different version.
Whatever.
It's another character,
But,
but it was
like,
nice to use DeWolf.
But we are like you were critiquing them for not giving him a supporting cast.
Yeah.
She is there.
That's true. Yeah.
And like she is a gateway for him because again, like they keep it very, when she like
very
mentions
superficial, her children,
like
she's
just like what are their names?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
he's like Poppy. She's like,
that's what I call them. I'm only one of them. The funny thing is like
yes, the pigeons. Someone mentioned the pigeons.
Yeah,
remember
the
that
pigeons.
from the game?
I was like, yeah, like the game.
Yep.
Yeah, looks great though. DeWolf represents such a very interesting and like kind of like dark period in Peter's life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the switchover when like they were like, oh, this is a comic set in New York. We should make it more like Homicide or something. Like it's really Peter David would have appreciated it, but but yeah, DeWolf being in it, like DeWolf in the comics, like represents this like period of kind of isolation. Aunt May isn't talking to him at that point.
Right.
He is not married to MJ yet. And like he's even not kind of on the outs with Black Cat. Like it's interesting. And the Sin Eater is like one of the like this 3-part story, like villain is just an asshole with a shotgun.
Right.
That's the whole thing. And Daredevil can't stop him.
Right.
Like that's like it was a good choice to make it DeWolf.
Yes. No, I agree. And also like make sure that you're not thinking just the video game stuff. Right.
We're not because immediately I did. I was like, oh my God.
Of course.
What else we got?
I wanted to mention that. And I wanted to say, because we talked a lot about Scorpion and like, yay, like there he was. I think that's also really important to recognize how like not groundbreaking, but like kind of a landmark moment it is where it was like, we met a character how many movies ago?
Yeah.
And then they were like, wait, we can do that.
He can just come back.
We can just use him. Yeah. Like he's just part of it. We're just building this whole storyline. Like, Peter's not introduced. If my one critique of some of the previous iterations of Spider-Man, all of them, really, 9 times out of 10, when you are meeting the villain, we are getting their introduction for the first time.
Yes.
And while I appreciate it because you are informing a movie-going audience who doesn't necessarily know these people,
sure.
Sometimes you don't need it. Like some of the like landmark ones, totally get it. You're going to want to do that, right?
Yeah.
But someone like the Scorpion, who, you kind of get the idea.
You get the idea. Yeah. He's a thug with a scorpion costume. You kind of get the
idea. You don't need the origin story being told to you.
And even to go further, like, by the way, when you're introduced to them with their origin and then they die.
Yeah. It's
like they're not coming back.
Cool. But like this was like, we met him. Great.
Yeah, we know him. If you love him, you're gonna be excited. If you don't know him, you're just cool, Spider-Man villain. I just saw 6 of them in the first 2 minutes of the movie.
Right, but like we met him. We know from point A to point B.
Yeah.
It's not like he turned his life around.
Right. No, it didn't work out.
He got more stuff. So he could fight Spider-Man. Like he keeps clearly the storytelling is here. He kept running into Spider-Man.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
I'll just add this.
I got this. Here we go. We do that a lot in this movie, and I really appreciate it. Like the whole Long Island story.
Yes.
Like between he and Frank.
Yes.
It's just like Frank and Spider-Man are not meeting each other for the first time.
No.
They know each other and they have a history.
Yeah.
And I like that.
Yeah, me too.
It is world building.
Yeah, that is world building. That's the kind of world building. It's a lived-in universe that I want to experience. It's the kind of stuff that makes you love Star Wars and stuff. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So the post-credit scene, what do you think it is?
I mean, you already told me what you think it is.
Yeah, it's Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. It's like it's an incursion,
right?
That they're saying like probably the opening of the movie will be that they're going to blow up one of the Spider-Man
it could be that. It could be any of the Spider-Man. Then it could be Tobey. It could be Andrew. It could be Miles from the Spider-Verse.
They're not going to kill Miles or.
Well, I'm not saying they're going to.
I would be okay if they were like, oh yeah, it's Miles from Spider-Verse.
But it is supposed to be like a Spider-Man reading, right? So I was like, it could be the Spider God.
That's true. I think it's just that like the app doesn't know how to register on other Earth that's outside their orbit.
Sure, and it's just another.
Well, and also it's the cheapest and quickest and easiest way to say the next movie in this thing is Doomsday. And,
I guess.
And it's also a way of them saying without saying it in any kind of like marketing that Spider-Man's going to be in Doomsday.
Right.
We just don't know which one.
So yes. But again, like I was thinking more like that's probably the most obvious one, but I was thinking more like what else could it be registering incorrectly? Could it be registering like a symbiote suit?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Right. That'd be fun. I mean, the best.
Like, how does it track Spider-Man?
Right. Exactly. Isn't it
so
like
that's really my question?
Him?
How does it track Spider-Man?
Yeah, it doesn't. It's just a stupid thing. They didn't even. I bet they didn't even have it until about like 2 months ago. I will say the symbiote does originally get found on the first Battle World in '84, Secret Wars '84. The movie's gonna be called Secret Wars. Great place for you to get a symbiote.
Right. And maybe that's just saying that he is going to be in that.
Right. Like Spider-Man. Yeah, it's like Spider-Man
is going
here.
Like, because maybe like I'm like, wait, but someone has to be there to report it, because that's how it works.
Yes. Someone has to say, I saw Spider-Man on this app. The app from the universe that they were in. Yeah.
Yeah. So like it has to be someone over there is like pointing that out. So I assume it's just a cheeky way of saying Spider-Man will be in some of these upcoming MCU movies.
Yes.
That's what I think it's
He's
actually
definitely going to be
saying.
in Secret Wars. He will probably be in Doomsday. I certainly hope so. Because like,
yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm excited for Doomsday, and as much as I'm excited for like, you know, I was excited for Master of the Universe.
I agree.
But like, I agree. But I wasn't like losing my
honestly,
shit.
like I know Sony, and there's a couple of other things I think we need to talk about, but I just want to say, like, I know Sony is feeling pretty
high on themselves
right now, but I think Sony and Marvel hopefully both know that right now they are in a symbiotic relationship.
It's true. You can't let this go.
Because the fact is, like, Sony tried to make Spider-Man universe movies,
yes,
and it failed.
No one's coming. The Spider Noir didn't even do very well. So it's like,
right?
Like people are excited for this movie for a variety of reasons. One of which is it's a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
But the other one is because it's in the MCU.
And that is really what, like, why is like Tom Holland's Spider-Man so like beloved? Because like Tom Holland is charming and stuff like that, but because of like the history the character has in the MCU, truly helps. Right. So it's like they're really like, they just strengthen each other, and like I hope everybody at the top kind of remembers that these two are really like, they're just like, I would love for Spider-Man to just go.
Yeah.
But I hope that Sony doesn't think that they're like, I got this on my own. It's like, no, it's really.
They keep learning that lesson, unfortunately. Every time they get a victory, they learn the wrong lesson from it.
I know.
But it's a real conundrum, because like it's just the same people.
It is. So the other thing I want to talk about is end of the movie. Really fun and like end scene. And I thought it was a very fun end scene, because you would think that if it was going to happen, it would not be with this character.
Right. Yeah.
But I love that it was.
Me
because storytelling wise, it makes sense.
Yes. Because at the end he says, like, he admits, like, I'm going to open my heart.
I'm gonna open my heart. I'm gonna try this out. But like, you know, he sees Ned. It's a mirroring of a scene that happened earlier in the movie.
Yeah. It happened in the last movie where he's in a place, he's in a donut shop. Ned comes in, but he doesn't talk to him.
Right.
And this one he does.
Right. No. But isn't there another one where Ned comes in to buy alcohol, like in the store that he's in?
Yes, that's right.
Basically, and then he leaves. So it's like we're doing a little poetry at rhymes thing.
Yeah.
But the two of them have like a physical like handshake, which we're reminded of in the movie. They're like, in case you forgot. And so we're going to see if the muscle memory takes over, and it does. Now I've seen a lot of people online saying that they believe it's because of Jean Grey's.
Oh, like when she froze everybody?
Yes.
No.
I don't think so either. But I can see them going that way.
Well, and that's the thing,
I can see them just being like, it's easier that way. Because when
Jean Grey movie Professor X freezes everybody, MJ is crying.
Yeah.
I think that is, I've seen the interpretation that like she's crying because she's like remembering everything. I think she's crying because it's painful and horrible. And I think it's a way of showing you that this is not a fun experience, and you're doing it through the eyes of a character you care about.
Yeah.
As opposed to showing like someone
being
upset. So yeah, I don't think she remembers. I think it's actually more interesting if she doesn't remember. Because that allows him to date other people and do more stuff, fun stuff. Like, that
is so weird for you to say that.
Well, I'm just saying,
I'm just so used to you being like in the comics being like, but why isn't he married?
Yeah, I want him to be married in the comic books. I don't need him to, like, because I've only seen him date MJ, and that's it. I've never seen a movie where he's dated Black Cat.
Right.
I've never seen him date Gwen. Gwen was in one of them. Poor Bryce Dallas Howard. She's so great. Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. He dated Emma Stone was Gwen.
Yeah,
and she was great. That was one of the best ones. She's basically MJ in that movie. So so he handshakes him and he remembers.
Yes.
I think that's the universe being like, all right.
See, I thought if anything, it was it like I had a couple of theories. One, because it's magic.
Yeah.
That's like the spell is being undone in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
Or two, that the incursions are causing a breakdown.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
Right. And so like there is this ability for him to maybe rekindle some of these friendships. And I do feel like that the Hulk remembered.
Yes.
And you could say also, though, to be fair, Jean Grey did have a hold on him.
Right.
So you could say it was that.
Yeah.
Or like you had pitched earlier, like, before the movie came out, that Hulk just does remember.
Yeah,
because
it's from the comics.
Yeah.
It's just a moment where it's like Banner forgot, but Hulk remembers.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, I'd like that. If Hulk's like, wait a minute, I know you.
Yeah.
He does have that moment. It's a really weird moment when Spidey and Punisher fight the Hulk, and then like they finally like get through to him, and then they just let gravity take its course, and then like Banner's hauled away, and like they're treating him like a criminal.
I didn't think they were. They had him like
he was in it. Well, he was injured, so like they were putting.
Yeah.
I got an impression where it was like, get used to this. Like get used to like a more judgmental MCU.
Yeah.
Like,
Sure.
Like a less accepting universe.
Could be.
To like, get you amped for X-Men.
Could be.
I mean, Damage Control's creating anti-powers. Like they have Hulkbusters and they have like anti-Spider-Man webbing guns and stuff like that. Like they're definitely planning something. But yeah, Hulk didn't remember. I mean, like it made me sad. Like where Hulk had that look on his face, and I see now that it was like him being like, "Oh, you look familiar," but it looked like it was just you mean you're not going to help me?
Right. Right.
And then he just plummets. I was like, that's sad. This poor bastard.
Right. I mean, like, you could like, it's hard to tell. Like, do you think that like in this universe, the Hulk and Bruce Banner are two different personalities, or are we meant to think it is a monstrous version of Bruce Banner?
The movie wants you to think monstrous version of Bruce Banner, but it's two guys.
Okay. Like you think in
this
MCU,
movie they're two guys.
Yes, in this movie they're two guys. You think?
In this universe they're two guys.
Okay. In this movie, I think they want you to think.
They want you to think it's Jekyll and Hyde,
yeah.
or they want you to think that Banner's in there.
Yeah. And like I would say that like, because a lot of people are saying that like they never met, they weren't friends, but it's like we don't see every single moment of.
But also,
time in the
Banner has a TV.
Yeah.
Banner knows who Peter Parker is.
Right.
Spider-Man was number one guy, like on TV,
and it's not like Tony's good, but like there's no way Tony wouldn't have told certain people.
Yeah. Plus, Hulk showed an interest in Spider-Man, and when he in Endgame, where he's like, "There's an Ant-Man and a Spider-Man."
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have also loved to see Spider-Man and Hulk doing stuff, although we did get to see Spider-Man crawl on Hulk's back, which is really cool. There is a deleted like storyboard from Endgame where Spidey and Hulk did team up, and it would have been fun. And
yeah, that would have been fun.
They're re-releasing Endgame with 6 extra minutes of added footage that is directly tying in with Doomsday because like it obviously wasn't planned in any way. Spend a little extra money, put that in there.
Right. Yeah, I think there's a lot of like question marks here, and I think it's going to come down to, in terms of that, about why they remember what works best for the next story.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like they may have some idea, but I think that like right now they left it very ambiguous, and so that they could easily just go either way with it.
4. Get the 4 in there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's all I want.
I do also like, just really quickly, you were talking about like the fights.
Yeah.
When Punisher and Spider-Man are fighting, well, Spider-Man is fighting the Hulk, and Spider-Man is trying to keep Punisher from getting killed.
Yes.
When he webs him and pulls him, and they do like a little team up.
Yeah, where it's like you see all 3 of them on the screen at the same time. It was awesome.
And like, I just love that Bernthal's decided that every time the Punisher is shooting someone, he yells or grunts or does whatever, like he's playing like tennis.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is a contact sport for this man. That's fine. The other thing I want to bring up is, and it's easily, as I pointed out, the most unbelievable thing about this movie for me, it's either one of two things. It is just plain unbelievable, terrible product placement, bad take, or you're just showing you what a bad place Peter Parker is in his life right now. But Peter Parker, it lives in New York City.
Yeah, I know.
He lives in New York City.
He lives in the heart of New York City. He's probably a stone's throw away from any number of.
Well, he lives in Queens, right? Presumably.
Well, he lived in Queens. I don't know. I don't think he's lived.
I don't know. It's hard to tell because Ned says that they're pretty sure he's central to Queens.
That's right.
Anyway, he gets Little Caesars delivered.
Well, it is hot and ready and cheap. I mean, but
he gets,
maybe buy fewer fold phones.
Whatever.
And,
I'll take. Flip phones. Whatever. I don't care. That I literally don't care about.
Peter's like a homemade fabricator. Oh, look, that's fine. Whatever.
He's got a flip phone. Whatever. Ned's got the bigger flip phone. I don't care. The crime is he orders.
Yeah, Little Caesars.
Little Caesars.
I mean, yes. I know.
Why?
But yeah. Well,
and again, I don't know if it's just he's in a bad place. He's just like, I don't deserve New York pizza.
Yeah. No, that's outrageous. We do need a shot of Peter eating like New York pizza.
Someone says, "What's wrong with Little Caesars?" Nothing's wrong with Little Caesars,
Especially if you live in Montana or
Bingo.
Kansas or
But
California.
If you live, and like sometimes it's the thing, like, I just want that taste, right? Whatever, fine.
Yeah, if you want cardboard and like spaghetti sauce in your mouth, knock yourself out.
It's just, I understand that's consistent and whatever.
Yeah.
But in areas where you get strong, small mom and pop, independent,
you get any slice in New York. I mean, especially if he's like, just swing over to Hell's Kitchen. You can still get the Two Brothers for $1.25.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. You would be not doing that so much.
No.
It's just everywhere.
I know. But it is a good price. You can't argue with it.
But like, obviously that was a product placement. But that, I was like,
in 1990, the Ninja Turtles ordered Domino's. Like they would never eat that.
They can't go anywhere.
I know, it has to be delivered. That's the thing.
And they only know about the places they can see on TV.
That's true. Yeah. No, well, the Turtles know a good.
I know. That is like.
Yeah. No, but that is egregious. It was something where it's like, again, if I were on set, I would have been like, "Whoa, what are we doing?
Hey.
Oh.
What are you building something? Is there some sort of construction site happening?"
Anyway,
but other than that, like, overall, what's your final verdict?
I think it's probably one of the best Spider-Man movies. It's easily the best of the Holland quadrilogy.
Yes,
and it's the best costume on screen.
Also, hats off, the first one
took 25 years, but we got it.
4 movies.
Yep.
Well done.
I know. Congratulations.
Well done.
And they will fast track 5. They are not going to wait 7 years to make another one. They're going to make, maybe it'll probably take about probably 24 months for us to get 5.
I sincerely hope so.
I hope so too, especially with like the momentum we've got. They've got this Golden Boy director, Holland's ready to go. Let's just get going. Just crack a good story, please, for the love of God. Don't fast track any nonsense.
No, make it a good story. Like, listen, if this team worked out, get the same writers, get the same director, let them write the script. Yeah. Then, and I'm not saying that, let your actors always have a crack at it, but, obviously Holland and Zendaya had some good ideas.
Yes.
Not bring them into the writer's room,
no.
But, if they make a suggestion, consider it.
That's what they did last time. Apparently there was a scene where that Zendaya was in where she was like, this isn't working. This scene isn't working. And then, they broke for the day, and they, met with the writers, and they banged out a new scene. It was, just a better scene.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, obviously if you are rushing to the theater, you can go with your head held high and your enthusiasm high, because it's a good movie and it's a lot of fun and I think you're really going to like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still, it's funny. I'm very critical of the Raimi trilogy, but I can't deny their cultural impact and how important they are.
100%.
So for me, it's Spider-Man 2, maybe. I mean, Spider-Man 1 and 2 are some of the best superhero movies ever made, but this is the 3rd best Spider-Man movie of all time, and certainly the number 1 best Holland movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's recommend some comics that are coming out this week.
Well, do you want to do super chats,
let's read our super chats and make
just
sure
because a lot of them are conversationally.
Absolutely.
Usually we do this the other way around, but since you guys all had so many.
We do these.
No, we usually do the. Oh, do we?
Yeah, we do these.
I don't know, folks. What's the order anymore? All right.
So here we go.
Big Busta says, Brand New Day was awesome. Definitely my top 3 Spider-Man films with Into the Spider-Verse and Raimi Spider-Man 2. I'm very confident in this new trilogy.
That's right. I love Peter B. Parker.
Peter B. Parker, unbelievable.
This might be the best Spider-Man on screen.
Peter B. Parker?
Yeah. The most authentic.
This version that Tom Holland came out with,
he's crushing it.
And again, what's phenomenal is just the way that Holland. We didn't get a chance to talk about Ned. He's barely in the movie.
He's great,
but he does a great job. Again, taking the character. I like the fact that Ned. Not really. I love that Ned doesn't really change. He grows. He knows who he is.
Yes.
He's I'm this person.
That's true.
I am just authentically myself.
Yeah.
But I just love watching Tom and Zendaya, who are growing as actors, just taking these characters and looking at not just what do I want to do with the character, looking at the history of the character and then going where would they be right now?
Right.
That's so professional.
It's true.
And it's just such a thing of beauty.
Yes.
Anyway, Totally agree, Big Busta.
Yeah.
M says, was quite worried when I saw the trailer because it looked like they were adapting the other, which I think hurt Spider-Man as a character. Luckily, the movie 100% gets the Spider-Man.
Yep, I
Great
agree.
movie.
I'm glad we didn't get the other. I expected it, and I
I
would have been
did.
okay with it, but I don't like the other, and I think it is reductive.
I was looking forward to seeing what they were going to do with it because they typically will take an idea of something, a kernel
And
of
they
it.
don't just do that.
No, and I was kind of like, that would be kind of cool to take something that not everyone loves and to turn it into something else.
I agree.
Like, that would be neat. And part of me thinks we're not done with this.
No, I think you're right.
I think they're leaving a door open that like this could come back to bite us.
Yeah.
And possibly if we ended up doing like, if he was going to get a Venom symbiote, would that not be attracted to this like other like power within him? I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Alex
says, C-Pop woo.
Woo.
Did not like the movie, but don't want to spoil people's fun. Reading Venom Modern Epic released this week. Venom versus Carnage is weird. Back issues, please.
I agree. It is. We did Venom. We did Carnage. I don't remember which one it is. I think that's the Clayton Crane one. So yeah, it is weird.
I also want to say, Alex, I really appreciate this message.
Yeah.
Like you're like being true. You're authentically
Didn't care for
yourself.
it, but I do.
But you don't want to like you're respecting other people's like enjoyment of it. And I think that's awesome. Like
I
that
agree.
is so like mature.
It's
Love
true.
that.
Yeah.
Love that. Arduit says, C-Pop Woo was listening to Onslaught back issues again, and I gotta say, one of the biggest loves of this channel is the history y'all impart. Do you have any recs for books, more company/editorial histories, or for more company/editorial histories?
Yeah, I'm working on one that's coming up. It hasn't been filmed or anything, but I'm working on Bishop's Crossing, and I think it's really fun because of the dominoes that are falling. And I'm looking forward to shooting that at some point in the near future.
Other than that, like if you're looking just to learn more, like it sounds like what you're looking for is maybe what Sal just described. But if you're looking for actual like some history stuff,
just books about history. Yeah.
Like look at some of the older imprints and then like check out the forwards, the letters. There's always so much in there.
Yep.
And also just like not necessarily in terms of like company editorial stuff, but like pick up if you find any of those like old encyclopedia ones, like Marvel ones or whatever.
Yeah,
they're like weirdly fascinating because like you can see, like you can read through where they think the character's going, and you're like, that's weird. What?
It's true.
Somber Shadow says Billy Clements, the actor that played Ramrod, mentioned that there were some other scenes in the opening montage that got cut. My question to you is, what villains would you guys have wanted to see in that montage?
I mean, the monkey's paw is like you see them there and then you never see them again.
But we don't know because that's what I'm saying. Like because we got Scorpion,
right? We got Scorpion. They put a full body costume for Boomerang in there. We got a great tombstone. Yeah. Which was really cool.
I'm saying that because you see them in there doesn't mean that
they're
over.
Gone forever. It's true because they
probably won't
Scorpion
be.
comes back.
They probably won't be the headliner.
No,
but that doesn't mean they wouldn't come back.
Yeah, but I would like to see a Vulture again. But that was we got a whole movie of him.
Sure.
But Electro is obviously a big one that would be a lot of fun to see. And then there's just like the class. I'd really like to see an MCU Kraven.
Sure.
I think Kraven would be amazing.
I don't think we're gonna. I
think the movie has ruined Kraven.
I think that's accurate.
Yeah.
I think that they won't touch it with a 10-foot pole.
No, they won't. I think they keep making Dark Phoenix movies. I feel like they could have made a. I mean, Kraven would be an awesome.
Right.
Like Kraven's Last Hunt would be a great movie. But I don't know if I want that.
No, do you think? And I doubt this, but do you think if their thought is, however many more of these Spider-Man Tom Holland movies that they're going to do, they're going to transition into maybe taking like a Spider-Verse into reality, that the reason they don't want to bring Kingpin in is because they'd want to use the Kingpin from that universe?
Ugh, I hope not. I don't think so. I think it's just that like they're just worried. I think it's more just like, no, Kingpin is like locked in on this show, on the Daredevil thing. Like, we can't.
That's fair.
Which I really don't understand and don't respect. But Electro would be cool. Kraven would be fun. Cardiac would be great. I'm just kidding.
I mean, like I know you want a Goblin, but like I like Hobgoblin, but I like Hobgoblin because of his tether to Ghost Rider.
Yeah, I want like Roger Kingsley Ghost Rider or Hobgoblin. Hobgoblin would be really fun. And the cartoon people think Hobgoblin's first anyway.
Media Max says, was this a Ben Reilly story? Alone for 5 years.
5 years. It's a long time. It's enough to create a whole new identity. It's true that he was kind of Ben Reilly-ing in that.
Right. Really enjoyed Brand New Day, especially Punisher. Same. It'll take hours of him interacting with Spider-Man any day. Or I'll take hours of him interacting with Spider-Man any day of the week.
Me too, man. Me too.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe that's what the end blip was telling us, that actually like Keith David was actually the voiceover was actually freaking why can't I come up with his name?
Goliath.
Jackal. The Jackal. No, Goliath. No, he's the Jackal. And that this Spider-Man is actually Ben Kingsley, and the other Spider-Man was
Ben
sent.
Reilly, yeah.
Or yeah, I said Ben Kingsley.
Yeah. It's just a really old Spider-Man.
It's just what? Yeah, he's just an ancient Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's Ben Reilly, and the other Spider-Man's coming back from like Secret War.
Yes. Yeah, this whole thing he's been a clone the whole time.
No.
It's a phony.
I refuse to accept that because this was so good.
Yeah,
and again, by the way,
like to read the
that moment with the kids was the moment where the two of them like were Zendaya and he were on the roof.
Yes.
And they were like,
right.
Like they were so invested in these two characters. I was like, this is so wholesome, even though they just got their hearts broken.
Right. It's true.
Anyway, Gar55 Rocks 1 says Brand New Day was absolutely incredible and really spoke to my experience with grief with the loss of my grandfather. I was incredibly emotional / it really excites me for mutants / future of the MCU.
I agree, man. I'm sorry for your loss, but
yes.
the way in which they handled Jean and made it like the thing I love is that it's complicated.
Yeah.
And then it's like, not that I want it to be complicated, but X-Men is nothing if not convoluted and complicated, but like it shows they're not afraid.
Yeah.
But even then it's a Sony movie, so it's hard to tell.
Right. But, and again, to echo your sentiments about like, sorry for your loss, that like type of catharsis though, it'll hit you in ways that will surprise you. But I agree. I think they did a really good job with like showing grief without going over the top. It was just very real.
Yeah.
Ray Fart says, ComicPop, woo! This was my favorite Holland Spidey movie, and I feel like it got the character of Peter and Spidey right. Sadly, I didn't like the villains at all. Be honest.
Fair enough.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Mike Manhattan says, is John Watts the new Zeb Wells for Spider-Man fans?
Kind of. Yeah, good thing he didn't get Fantastic Four, though it didn't matter because Fantastic Four still bombed. But
Nick Kent Snipe says, I'm genuinely glad they didn't cover this beautiful suit in CGI. Me too. Every single wrinkle, flap, and human shape coming through makes it so much better. I hope they don't touch the suit in the future.
Me too.
Agreed.
Man.
And I think that's really what it was. Like it was almost like there were these moments where I was like, this is real.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that Spider-Man's here.
That's right. Yeah. That's what I always wanted. And it was really nice to see.
Doom, yo under?
Mm-hmm. Doom Yonder.
Yonder? Oh yeah, that is Yonder. Is that Yonder? No.
But it's Doom You Wonder.
Yonder. I have seen Spider-Man Brand New Day 3 times.
Nice.
It's a great Spider-Man film, but I just wished that the main villain was a Spider-Man villain. Totally agree.
I hear what you're saying.
I do think the overall story though is truly beautiful. Agreed. Like I said, like it's the first half is a great Spider-Man movie, and the second half is a great movie, and Spider-Man's also really great.
Yes.
And the ending is very Spider-Man.
Yes.
Like everything Spider-Man does, regardless of who he's fighting, is entirely Spider-Man.
Is very authentically Spider-Man.
Locos Therapy says, great movie. My only critique, I wish Peter became a full monster and had to be helped by everyone else to come back.
Yeah.
I think it puts the burden of responsibility on us this time, not Peter. Thoughts?
It would have been fun, but the way they do these things, they want the protagonist to be in charge of their own destiny, and like, you take the agency away, it kind of like makes them not the protagonist.
I don't know. I think that they could have done it. I think I understand what Locos is saying, where it's like it would have been fun to see him actually become the Man Spider or something else like that.
I agree. I would have loved that.
And then like through whatever is going on, like that like allows MJ and Ned or whoever to kind of remember.
Right. Or like Peter or like Frank has to go and find or break out the Hulk, and the two of them have to team up to save Spider-Man from himself.
Yep.
Yeah, that would have been really cool.
Nick Can't Snipe is back to say, I generally love how the Hulk being here has a purpose, as does Frank and Jean, more than just toys smashing into each other.
Agreed.
Totally agree.
But they still are toys that smash into each other. So
100%.
Like,
but it's like earned then. Like when that fight happens, you're excited.
Yes.
It's not just like, oh, thank God something's happening because there's no substance.
Exactly.
I'm sure there was a mandate, but the story works their tales of isolation and need for companionship.
Exactly. Just like we talked about.
Cal Burns Media says, when can we get Dark Crisis on Beck issues?
Soon enough. We'll work on it. We're working towards it.
Luxilla says, this is the most Spider-Man movie that MCU Spidey's gotten yet. And it is also the most Spider-Man in the Marvel Universe movie too. It works so well. Love Savage, Hulk, and Punisher. Yelena was the best.
She's
Agreed.
the best.
She's phenomenal. Like I love later on when
when they call her and she's like, it's so great that she's not so self-serious. She's just like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Oh, you made friends. Good for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
The whole potato thing.
Yeah.
Freaking amazing. Oh yeah. It totally destroyed the theater in a way when like Hulk gets really big.
Yes.
And Peter's like, I didn't know you could get that big. I was like, oh
yeah.
Yeah. There were a lot of big moments.
Yes.
The Jean Grey thing was a big moment.
Yeah.
The two of them like kissing the first time, huge
Huge
moment.
Really, the theater lost it.
And then lost it
again when it was like
not
her.
real. Yeah. That was just kind of fun. I was like, everyone is so invested in this film.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually thinking about this. The Holland trilogy and now quadrilogy, all of them have a holy shit twist.
Yes.
First one is Vulture, the reveal that he's Liz's father.
Yes.
Second one is that the Mysterio's the bad guy.
Yeah.
The third one is here are a bunch of fucking Spider-Man.
Yep.
And then there's this one.
Yeah.
That's really fun.
Yeah. But this one was like the 3 Spider-Man thing, which I understand they'll never be able to top that in terms of people getting excited for it.
Yeah.
But this one, that was because like, oh yeah, they did that thing, hands clapping together, yay, whatever. People were just so invested in what they were seeing.
Yeah. No, they're paying off a 5 or a 4 movie
yes
saga.
And that was like so like wholesome.
I agree.
Loved it. Anyway, Hyena says ComicPop woo.
Hi.
Really love the character of Jean DeWolf and was thinking if they do this saga version of the Spider-Man No More, they could do a Sin Eater B plot and break our hearts.
That's true. Yeah, that'd be very tragic.
Doom Yo says, I also picked up Spider-Man Life Story and Superman Birthright. Tiff, the Absolute Superman back issues was awesome and I loved it. Well, thank you so much. And now I feel extra bad about not knowing how to say your name.
I agree. That's a great episode. And those are two fantastic comic books. Spider-Man Life Story, man, some of the best Spider-Man comics you'll ever see. Certainly there's a beautiful omnibus as well that includes the later edition has the annual with J. Jonah Jameson, which is just toppers. Check it out.
Amazing. Big Busta says, I read that one scene of Spider-Man versus a bunch of D-list villains in a bar was cut, but Destin said it could be used in the sequel.
Works for me. I can't believe they didn't repurpose the sequence in, I believe it's No Way Home, or no, it's Far From Home, where Spider-Man fights the mob in a Chinese restaurant. It's a beautiful, incredible action sequence, all fully rendered. It's I think it's in like in either extended version or just it's a deleted scene, but it's a great scene of Spider-Man just being Spider-Man before he goes off to Europe. And they just cut it. They didn't put it anywhere else. It's unbelievable.
Wow. Big Busta back to say, I think the end game for Pete in the MCU is retirement, not death. I think they're setting that up with MJ. Plus, he died already. I would feel it would be redundant. Well, he was unmade.
It's true. Yeah.
I don't call that a death.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he did, but like...
Right. Well, they don't remember dying. Like,
right.
They remember just getting dusty and then...
Yeah, everyone else, like, everyone else is affected by that.
Yes.
Cyclone says, bless you. Would you guys recommend Brand New Day to someone who stopped watching the MCU after Endgame?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
you can easily jump in, no problem.
Yeah. Woo or Pitu Scoopity. Pitu Scoopity?
Woo.
I like the word Scoopity, so I'm in.
We'll call him that.
I definitely feel like Spider-Man 5 should be about him in the black suit with no Venom in the movie. I'd like that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And because MJ's memories aren't back, he's swinging around with Black Cat while MJ is falling in love with Peter again.
I kind of love that.
That'd be kind of interesting if just Ned was the one that remembered.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
And he's like, oh no, this is awkward now.
Yes. He's like, oh, come on. Don't you want to be with him? I mean, remember?
Which means that like anytime, because I noticed that the guy she's with, he's just called the boyfriend.
Yeah, it's Paul.
He doesn't have a name.
Yeah.
He's called the boyfriend.
Yeah.
But I would love it if that were like a plot point for the next one.
Yes.
That Ned is then trying to like
break them up.
Yes. Or like,
be
like yes.
I mean, we already did that in like the Punisher lair sequence where like, you know, she undermines him basically, talks about like the things aren't going to work out.
Yeah.
And Pete's like, good to hear. Yeah.
Well, yes. But I'm just saying that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Whatever guy.
Yeah. I like that.
By the way, I love how much MJ and Punisher kind of like
understand each other.
Yes, in a weird way.
Yeah.
And I love that after Peter leaves, that she's like,
well, what are you gonna do? And he's like, oh,
fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, Monkey Fist. First, I said the wrong thing. Third viewing tonight. Sin Eater in the next movie.
I'd take Sin Eater. That'd be friggin' weird.
Scoopity is back.
Hey, what up?
I know some people don't like the things Jean does in this movie, but I think it makes her a way more interesting version of Jean.
Yes.
But also her actions will give her a good reason why there's an anti-mutant sentiment. Also, that VMAX reveal.
Yeah, it was nice.
I know.
Yeah, that was cool. I was like, oh, wow, good for you.
Storytelling.
Yeah.
It's happening.
That's clever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really appreciated that.
Me too.
I really wanted to see, I was like, are we going to go to the Xavier Institute? Are we going to see?
I'm glad we're not.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not too.
We don't know where she's going.
looks like upstate.
Sure.
I know the Westchester isn't really upstate, but still.
Right. But you know what I mean? Like they're leaving it open.
Yeah.
Ambiguous. I appreciate it. Just some guy with a mustache
Hey.
says there was a moment in this film where Spider-Man, Hulk, Punisher, and Jean Grey are all in the same room.
That's
and
true.
I kicked my feet and clapped my hands. Maybe that's wrong, but it felt right.
That's fair.
And if that's wrong, I don't want to be right.
That's fair.
Wait, if that's right?
If that's wrong, I don't want to. Yeah. If that's wrong, I don't want to be right.
Yeah. There we go. I was like, wait, did I say that right? Yes. But I agree. Like you like,
yeah. It's
and
like,
it was natural.
Yes. And it wasn't just like, look at this scene. Look at M'Baku shaking the hand of the Thing.
Who knows? It could be fun.
I hope so.
Scoopity says, I feel Holland's Spider-Man is definitely going to be the lead in Secret Wars, and it'll be a mix of 2015 and 90s Amazing Spider-Man Secret Wars.
I'd take that as a Spider-Man fan.
Or the animated series?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, there was this weird Spider-Man in the animated series. Like, it was the first, like, interconnected universe on, like, in television. Yep, Spider-Man gets picked by the Beyonder and Madam Web to, like, go to Battle World and fight Doom. And so he's like, I got to pick only voice actors who are available in America. So Storm and a couple of Fantastic Four guys, and not the ones from the original cartoon that was around at the same time.
Oh.
And Iron Man.
Okay. Drew Pittman says, I heard that there was cut scenes with Peter in the hospital with Frank getting Rosario Dawson to work on him.
Yes, I'd heard that too.
Also, I like the theme of everyone loving Spider-Man, but he feels so alone because he wants Ned and MJ are safe.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Yeah, I would have been. Why would you? You don't cut Rosario Dawson from anything.
Never do that. Hulkzilla says the world building reminds me of how someone gets into a show or into comics in the middle of the story with the context just being, hey, it's Tuesday.
Agreed.
Yeah,
no, that's the thing. Like, I don't think you need to watch any MCU movie to watch this and enjoy it. Just
no.
be like, oh, cool, and then go like, oh, I really like that Yelena character. What's that all about? Watch Thunderbolts.
Yep.
You're good.
Tea Time says, really dug the movie, tied for my fave Spidey movie along with Homecoming. Yes. As much as I like Holland, there's part of me that's bummed that we never got a great Garfield movie.
Yeah,
agreed.
I was talking about this with DJ about another show where I was like, there was one like switch. If there had been, if not for one thing, Andrew Garfield would have been the MCU Spider-Man, and I would have been very okay with that. Because Andrew Garfield's interpretation was, he's like, oh, Peter would never like Iron Man.
Right.
And I was like, I would like to see that.
Yeah. The Dramatic Nerd says, usually a Tuesday warrior, but I wanted to say I've been getting back into your guys' content, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see Absolutely back. Sal and Benny created a safe space for me as a kid. Thank you.
Happy to do it, man. Thank you so much for checking us out. It's Husson's, picking up the torch more or less.
Yeah. Tea Time says Garfield just feels like Garfield feels the most like comic book Peter. It's infectious. He's an incredible actor, and never seeing him and Cox together is a shame.
I know they're friends. They were roommates or something like that.
Oh, really?
Together, yeah. They're both British, and they both kind of came on the scene at the same time.
So is Holland.
Yeah, I know. But he's a little boy.
He's not. Hulkzilla says, as a casual Hulk fan, I'm glad to see Savage Hulk again. Now, can he please fight his own villains already? I know he isn't getting his own movie, but at least let him fight them in the background.
Yeah, I always pitched that just make the Hulk villains Avengers villains. Like make the leader an Avengers villain, which they kind of did in Captain America, but what a waste of that actor.
Right. Red Hat Guy says, could you list some of the best Spider-Man stories from before the 2000s that a Spider-Man fan must read? All I grew up on were movies, cartoons, games, and the occasional comic every other year.
I mean, man, you got a lot of great stuff in there, but there's a ton of Spider-Man stuff. The problem is that Spider-Man isn't it's not the same thing with Batman, where it's here are these seminal Batman stories. With Spider-Man, there are seminal stories, but they're more about the ongoing experiences. There are beautiful stuff going on. It's funny, if you like symbiotes, you'd like Michelini's run where he introduces Venom and introduces Carnage and does all this other stuff. But and you got some fantastic art from McFarlane to Larson to Bagley. That's all really cool. While that's happening, James DeMatteis and Sal Buscema are doing some amazing stuff with Spectacular Spider-Man. But those are just kind of a few 3 to 5 part self-contained stories that are they're paying off what DeMatteis is doing with the supporting cast. And, it's not a thing. I could point you to a book that's amazing, that's beautiful, that isn't really a fair interpretation, but it is it's almost better than the original. It's Spider-Man Blue from Loeb and Sale.
Mm-hmm.
It will make you nostalgic for the Gwen Stacy era that you didn't read.
Okay.
and then you'll read Gwen Stacy's era and you'll go like, oh, okay, yeah, I get it. Like this is more idyllic, but sure. But Blue is just perfection. It's a beautiful story, but it's like, and it'll get you kind of like you'll understand these characters a little better. By giving you like kind of like a broad stroke. It's kind of like the birthright of Spider-Man, or at least for all seasons. But The Death of Jean DeWolf was a great story that is kind of relevant, and you'll get a little Daredevil for your action. It's also I think it's Hill Street Blues. That's the show it's kind of based off of. But that's a great one, and it's always in print. Kraven's Last Hunt is something people always recommend, but it's like super weird and super like off kilter. It's not emblematic of what it's like to read Spider-Man unless you're reading DeMatteis' stuff. The entire Straczynski run, omitting books like Skin Deep and The Other and Sins Past and One More Day. Like if you read Straczynski and skip those 4 volumes, you're gonna love Straczynski on Spider-Man.
Right.
Babylon 5. Ultimate Spider-Man from Bendis and Bagley. Just read it until you get to Miles, and then you can keep going until the worlds blow up. Like you won't be disappointed. You might be like, what? But like it'll still be great. And then there's just like, and then you pick and choose. Like I suggest you read stuff like The Death of Jean DeWolf or or anything from like the 90s, and they'll reference stuff that happens, and you'll go like, oh, like I want to check that out. Like there's weird cool stuff. Like there's a story called, the Sinister Six is a concept that you might be familiar with because it's just like the first 6 millions practically that Stan Lee and Ditko create, and they go to put them all in one scene together. Spider-Man doesn't like defeat them all in one go. Spider-Man isn't attacked by all 6 of them in the first appearance, and then the next time you see them is 20 years later in the 90s with the Return of the Sinister Six from Larson and I think Michelini. And that's a much different kind of book than like what Stan Lee was writing. But it's got Eric Larson art, and if you like it, it's gonna be really cool for you, and it's gonna give you a really fun example of like the Marvel universe. It's gonna feel like this movie where like, oh, Spider-Man is trying to fight the Sinister Six, and he is woefully unprepared, and he's not supported, and in every issue another member of the Marvel universe passes him, and he can't get them to help him. And it's kind of like that. Like it makes you feel like it's the MCU a little bit.
Okay.
That's a lot of fun. That's Return of the Sinister Six. Then there's Revenge of the Sinister Six, where we pay that off, where it's like, here's everything. You gotta go.
No, you're fine. Keep going. I was like, oh no, do you know what you've done?
Right.
You've triggered him. It's totally fine. I love that. No,
Yeah.
Seriously, if you weren't done,
That's it. There's plenty more, but like read them all. Like just read those and then see what the editor's notes tell you about. And if you're curious about it, go back and read those.
Love that.
But check out our back issues on them. Like check out like the episode of back issues Round Robin, the Psychic's Revenge. Super dumb and weird, but like if you like it, you'll go, oh. Then if you like that, you'll read. Then you can read everything from the 90s.
Just all of it.
Yep.
Do you have a favorite? Like part?
It's tough. There's a lot of great stuff. I'm a sucker for like the introduction of Venom is really fun. I like Buscema, and when Conway was writing Spectacular was really cool. Very weird, very different. Yeah. DeMatteis is one of my favorites.
Is that the stuff that we've been run? Okay.
Yeah.
Read the Vermin run.
Yeah, read whatever that one was.
The Child Within.
The Child Within. Yeah, The Child Within is great. Funeral Arrangements is great, but really The Child Within will give you like, you'll go, what? Child Within, that's a good one where you go, oh, I didn't know Spider-Man comics could be like that. And then it'll ruin Spider-Man for you because you'll go like, oh man, like they're never gonna do anything like that. Also, Life Story is great. Zdarsky and Bagley. It's beautiful. It's a completely different take, but it's really interesting and good. And the Spectacular Spider-Man cartoon.
It was DeMatteis or was it Straczynski who was doing like a modern comic now, but filling in gaps from the past?
Okay, that was Kurt Busiek on a book called Untold Tales of Spider-Man.
That's what it was.
Incredible. It's a great book.
Is that taking place during the 90s then?
Yes, they were making it in the 90s, and it was a buck. It was also the cheapest Spider-Man book on the stand.
It was in the 90s?
Yeah.
I thought they did something recently though.
Oh yeah, there's a book right now where like they're retconning a story that Pete and Frank are in shortly after Amazing 129.
Okay.
So like there's that going on right now, and that you don't have to read anything that's going on right now to enjoy it.
Okay.
And I don't remember I think that is Straczynski who's doing. Well, no, Straczynski's doing another Spider-Man book. It doesn't matter.
I love that. They're just you know what though, but like it's fun because it's like you want to see new talent on these things, but I like that new talent can come onto these projects while they're also like they bring back
like
some of the classics.
What was it? Kraven's Last Hunt is Mike Zeck and J.M. DeMatteis. It's like a seminal Spider-Man book. Zeck's work is impeccable. It's impeccable. It's not like a good first book to read, but it's great.
But if someone's been reading Spider-Man, they want to look at stuff in the 90s, then
that's like 87, I think.
It's almost the 90s.
But that one is funny because they've like DeMatteis can't stop returning to the source material. Like he keeps referring to it. He did a sequel called The Soul of the Hunter. There's a What If Spider-Man book that came out last week where DeMatteis and maybe it's Sandoval, I don't remember who drew it, but like it's DeMatteis doing What If Kraven survived Kraven's Last Hunt, and it's great. It's the best Kraven sequel he's ever done. It's the best one he's ever done.
That's
like
great.
It's a triumph for him. Like he's finally did it.
He
got to return to Kraven's Last Hunt and do something excellent, as opposed to being like, oh, we're back. Oh, we're doing that again. Like DeMatteis wrote like the return of the '94 cartoon and did Kraven's Last Hunt again.
Maybe they're asking for these things.
They could just be.
They're like, well, you're here, so you might as well do Kraven's Last Hunt.
Kraven, right? And it's like, dude, no. But this one, they did it, and he did it, and it's like, you're done. You don't have to do it anymore.
Fair. Tea Time says, I would have loved if Bob FaceTimed Peter for Yelena.
I agree.
The second time, I would have also been fine with Red Guardian, though, too.
Please.
That would have been amazing.
That would have been great. I would have been very okay with Red Guardian.
Just excited to see Spider-Man.
Yeah. Oh, Spider-Man. We have Russian spider character where we come from. We called him Kane.
Just some guy with a mustache says, so they fixed One More Day / omit with No Way Home.
Yep.
They fixed the other with this film.
Yep.
Kind of. Silent Tiffany, do you think that they're going to tackle the ultimate, we can fix this terrible Spidey story for their next project?
Yeah. I mean, like, if Keith David is Miles Warren, then yes. And I know they were going to do clones as the third Amazing Spider-Man movie. So, like, I know they know it.
Yeah, none of them have done a clone.
Good.
Like, no, I'm just saying, like,
nobody wants
have.
Yeah.
How many Spider-Man movies now? We have 9.
Yeah.
There's 9 different Spider-Man movies that aren't animated.
Yep.
But even counting the animated ones, they're not clones.
Right. But Ren Reilly is in Spider-Verse.
Okay. So then just counting these 9 live action.
Yeah.
There have not been clones.
No.
That's insane.
I know.
That restraint.
Yes. Somehow.
What?
Yeah. I'm glad they're not. No clones. Say no to clones.
Typical Spider says Brian Hill's Miles Morales Spider-Man is next week.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
I'll read that.
Love this. Dan V900 says Jean felt needlessly cruel with the SA moment as MJ and pushing that man into the car. She's obviously changed at the end, but Peter's saying she's not a killer after that car hit fell on deaf ears for me.
You don't die necessarily if you're hit by a car.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, also the car is going hilariously slow, but like, let's say at face value that he is killed by a car. That sucks, and like I have no defense against it. But also, it never said definitively that he did die, so I'm gonna go with he didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're just setting her up as a flawed individual.
You didn't have to do that, but it was also like a powerful moment that like you would want in this kind of movie,
right? And it's like we know who Jean is in various media, right? And this is going to be a new Jean, but this is a much younger Jean,
yes,
who's only known cruelty in her life,
That's
really.
True. Yeah.
So
I would like to see that though. I want to see young Jean. I want to see the young X-Men again.
But like even Jean Grey, as we know her in the Marvel universe, has
she killed,
not always been at her best.
She's committed genocide. Like, I don't know.
Mimi Dixit?
Yeah.
Did I do it right? I would love to see a 5th one if these tackle Death of Jean DeWolf, shoulder the events of Daredevil Born Again, allow it.
Yeah, I agree. I would like that.
Yeah. Warrior Demon Dante. What has happened to me? This is 1 of 2, so we're going to have to skip. Oh, no, they go back. For me, there's 1 in between. Tiffany, did you see the Supergirl One of Tomorrow statue is getting released? She is huge and stunning. I did not. What?
No.
And then 2 is I remember back in the day when we were all wishing all of this to life, an oversized deluxe book, a movie, and now a statue. Congrats, Tiff. This is all happening thanks to you. It is not. Yeah. But I appreciate that sentiment anyway. That's amazing. I'm gonna have to look at that statue.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm just thrilled that people know the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow story now.
Yep.
And regardless of how people feel about if the movie did it justice or not, people are still interested in the story it came from.
Yep.
And so even if every single person who saw that story or that movie is not going to buy that comic, a portion of people are now interested in it.
Yes.
And
exactly.
we're interested in it. And I'm like, that's a win.
Yeah, that is a win.
Typical Spider says, no spoilers, but I wish that Peter referred to Hulk as Hulk at the end of their fight rather than Bruce. Heroes never refer to Hulk as his own name.
Yeah, whatever. I hear what you're saying.
Typical Spider back to say, with that said, I loved the movie.
Yay.
Mike Manhattan says, it's weird that John Watts is probably more liked by Star Wars fans for Skeleton Crew than Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Also, Sonic DC episode when? And have you read the Inkle?
No.
Or Inkle?
Yeah, soon enough we'll do Sonic DC, but I have not read the Inkle.
Mm-hmm. Sam Chafin says, I'm enjoying getting this movie absolutely ruined for me.
Sorry.
Wish I had a silly screen name to torture Tiffany with. Yes, I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Sam.
Sorry we didn't see you.
Zombie says, Ben always said a mark of a good movie is that it can stand on its own.
Interesting. I don't know when he's ever said that.
Which Ben?
Right? Which Ben?
It could be Ben or Benny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my Ben. Maybe.
The Dramatic Nerd says, back to ask if you guys watched the new season of Cape Crusader. Didn't want to leave you guys on a sad note.
No, I've seen a scene from it. I watched the first season, an episode or two of the first season, and said, I will never watch any more of this cartoon.
Okay, that's fair.
And I was vindicated for it with what I saw.
By the way, I didn't think it was a sad note. I thought that was a very sweet note.
Yeah, no, it was
before
great.
about
the about your loss.
Yeah, no, that was the Benny in the safe space.
Oh yes,
which I thought was.
We're so glad that we could be that. That's all that matters.
No, I was just like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Landani says, loved the movie. I swear. Once I heard Gene DeWolf speak Spanish, the whole time I thought the end reveal was going to be that one of DeWolf's kids was named Miles. Especially when they built up to it at the end. Thank you. I was missing a letter. Leave me alone.
I don't think that we need Miles right now, and Miles is already teased in Homecoming.
Oh yeah.
So, we'll get there eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what you don't want to have happen is they put Miles in and then end up resetting things.
Exactly.
Right? Like if you want Miles, you like let this play out.
Yes.
And then so they don't go like, oh, we did Miles and then we reset and now we'll just start over again. It's just like Chris Fitt says, I can 100% guarantee that the 93 Marvel gear is out there.
Oh.
You think? I still wear, oh my God, you have a piece.
Yeah.
I still wear the Wolverine hat Denim Dan has in the ad.
Nice.
That's my stepping out hat. Yo. I'm so jealous that you have a piece of that. Like
so cool.
that.
I looked for it. I couldn't find anything.
That's because because you're not going to part with that.
That's right.
Like you'll be like, put that in my coffin or whatever your end plans are. Yeah. Like put my ashes in that hat.
That's right.
Hulkzilla says Batman villains get one bad day. So how about Spidey villains get their own last hunt?
Terrible idea, but
but
they would have the goal to do it. I agree. I think it's a fantastic pitch. Chip's like, what?
Hello?
Last hunt?
Typical Spider says,
holy crap.
I loved the movie, but I need a full-on Spidey villain next. I really want to see Holland face a Sinister Six of his villains and to see him face Venom. I agree. And then goes on to say, YouTube won't let me send a $10 super chat, lol. Anyway, I think Mac Gargan, Venom is, I always thought it was Matt Gargan. Oh. Venom is set up very well here, and I'd be interested in seeing them explore that.
That's fair.
It's Mac?
Yeah.
Mac Gargan?
Yes. It's always been Mac Gargan.
I literally have always thought it was Matt Gargan.
No. Well, there's a Scorpion story in the JMD Mateus run we'll get to. So
will they talk about that?
No.
Oh.
But you will.
Where everyone else calls him Matt?
But no, you'll just have to say Mac.
My goodness, Hugzilla is back to say a lesson Tiffany expressed in Absolute Superman. Well, Aaron did. Let's take our time with telling the story instead of rushing. Holland Spidey gets his chance. I can't wait to see what's in store.
I agree.
Agreed. And I literally if they do decide to be like, okay, we've done a whole bunch of Peter Parker,
Mhm.
and now we're going to do a bunch of Miles Morales. I would hope that they give Miles the same sort of patience that we are hopefully allowing Peter Parker to have right now.
I agree. So before we go, this is a comic book show, so we'll recommend some books that are coming out this week. You can check out.
There's so many this week.
Yeah, the new Batman's coming out. You can check that out.
Heck
if you like
yeah.
Batman.
But speaking of Superman, Absolute Superman number 22 is back. Man, Brainiac.
I know.
You're so creepy.
I know.
Why are you so creepy?
If you're reading Armageddon, Captain America number 14 is out. That's essential reading when it comes to Armageddon.
Love that. Moon Knight, or Mark Spector Moon Knight number 7 is dropping. We've got the Midnight Suns. What's not to love?
I know.
Dead Man number 3. I like this weird little series.
You do. Iron Man number 8. This is a great book from Josh Williamson and so forth.
There's a comment in the chat that says Brainiac with a K.
Excellent. Queen in Black number 2. I haven't read Queen in Black number 1. I forgot to do it, so I'll have to check that out.
How dare you, sir?
Yeah, I know.
I do appreciate they did put out, not that you're recommending Amazing Spider-Man this week, but Amazing Spider-Man is out this week.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that was smart.
That cover's great, by the way, too.
Are you going to read the Mary Jane Face a Tiger?
I'll try.
Number 1. The writers are as follows: Ann Nesenti, Ashley
great.
Allen, JMD Mateus, Michael Straczynski.
Nice. Yeah, I'll read all those. Definitely. DC X Sonic the Hedgehog the Metal Legion number 4. I think this is the last issue of that series, so I'll check that out as well.
Your devotion. I also want to give a shout out to Chachu. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
Sounds like it.
If you get a chance, or if you're interested in this at all, this is Iman Vellani's comic.
Oh, cool. Good for her.
So if you're interested in her writing, I know she clearly has a love of the medium.
Yes.
So if you're interested, because I know she worked on another story, but with another writer, but I believe this is kind of her doing her own thing. So if you liked what she was doing, I'd suggest you go pick that up.
I agree. What if Captain America number 1? I hate these titles. It's Captain America getting revived in 2099.
Oh no!
I know. I love it. I read the first page and it's great.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I look forward to that. Event Horizon Inferno number 4. Freaking love this book. I love the Event Horizon universe.
I know.
What a weird thing to say.
Yeah. Who'd thought? Yeah. The worst thing about it is the movie.
I also wanted to give a shout out. I know a lot of people are very excited about the Marvel Tokan universe.
Oh.
It's a new fighting game.
Oh yeah.
There's a comic, First Strike number 1. So if you are interested in getting more about that, or just getting those types of connections between games and comics, you can go and grab that.
Excellent. Before we go, of course, if you want to watch Tiffany play video games, you can do so typically on youtube.com @ComicPop Plays or twitch.tv/ComicPop on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Not this Wednesday, obviously, but certainly another Wednesday.
But this Tuesday we'll be back, and we're playing Halo.
Playing Halo. Yeah. Our friend, our mutual friend, is playing Halo. That Halo right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Campaign Evolved.
That's right.
I keep forgetting to ask Ethan about it. Ethan is such a Halo fan.
I know. We were talking about video games the other day. He says you don't have time for them. The only video game he plays is Helldivers with us.
That's awesome. Okay, that's fine.
Of course, check out that channel. It's all for that. The link is in the description below this video. You can check out that, subscribe to it, and make sure to catch her when she's live. Otherwise, if you want to support us more directly, you can do so without super chats. You can do it on patreon.com/ComicPop, or simply by subscribing to this channel and clicking the bell for notifications and giving us a like. It does go a long way. We do thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thanks for indulging us and allowing us to talk about Brand New Day for a couple hours. We do still have a super chat to go.
One more super chat. Tea Time says, I'll say it again, but thank you for Firestorm. I've been obsessed with that book. Both of y'all's recommendations have gotten me into amazing comics.
Happy to hear it, man. That's so vindicating.
Love that.
We do appreciate you, sir. I should mention also at the bottom of the hour, we will be at New York Comic Con this year. So keep an eye out for us. We will let you know what the plan is. I will do a meet and greet every single day of the show. So if you were looking for, to get a selfie or just say hello, I will be there every show, or every day of the show. We'll see about Sunday, but probably Sunday. But outside of that,
you said that, you're like, oh yeah, wait.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
But the crew will be there at least 1 or 2 of the days. So we'll work out a thing where you'll get to see everybody. Hopefully, one of the days. But yeah, New York Comic Con is coming up, and we were going to be there, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all there as well.
Heck
so
yeah!
I want to just give you a little warning about that. While we have some time. But yeah, so thank you very much to our super chatters for sponsoring today's show. We do appreciate you. Thank you so much for allowing us to keep the lights on. Thank you to our chat for being cool and respectful as always. And we will see you guys next week with another episode Off the Rack. I'm Sal.
And I'm Tiffany.
So long, everybody. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.